Philadelphia. I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show.
Good morning, everybody. Well, a happy Red October. Yes, happy Thursday. So look at the weather. Let's get a clue for the weather. It's going to be hot, right? And then storms come rolling in, and then tomorrow, 74. Oh, as we usher in August, the last day of July. And after the deadline deal, we still got more to go, but after last night's deadline deal, where Jhoan Duran is the new Phillies closer, makes me think of Red October. Yes, you got the back-end bullpen piece you need. Great trade. Absolutely great A++ trade. Look, you get a closer. He throws his fastball, averages 100.2 this season. All right? You got the back-end guy that's a flamethrower. He throws fire, right? That's what Dombrowski loves. Truthfully, I love big arms. I love it. That's my thing, man. Throw hard. Just throw fire. So you get Duran as the closer. He's going to be highly entertaining. It's exactly what you need. You need a leverage guy, a true closer. And I hear people go, well, is Topper going to use him as a closer? Yeah. Yes. Yes, he will. He is your closer. That's it. And Dombrowski said it yesterday, that he'll be your closer and he'll be used like a closer, which I like. I don't like, it's this leverage situation and this and that. Just go pitch the ninth. Now, he can get multiple outs, like he can go 5 outs. You go multiple innings, but you're going to Topper, if you need a big out in the 8th or 2, you bring him in, he comes back out for the 9th. He's done that. You didn't give up much. I mean, listen, Mick Abel's nice, but I have to be honest with you. I don't know what he is. I think he's a 3. I don't think he's higher than a 3 in a rotation. And again, we saw him pitch really well early, and as soon as the book was on him, he started to get hit a little bit. So his stuff's all right. It's good. He's nice. I mean, he can pitch to the bigs, and that's why you're able to get Duran. And then the kid Tait, who is the catching prospect. He's 18. Listen, I mean, he's profiled like a player, Eduardo, but you got to give up something. And you didn't have to give up Painter. You didn't have to give up Miller or Crawford. So I like it. I love it, actually. You got him under control for 2 more years after this season. It all fits. And now you got a back end, Pete. Then you got a back end. You got a bullpen. So you got Strom and Kerkering, lefty-righty, right, to go be your setup guys. And then Duran. And then between that, you see if you need a specialist, you need Robertson to get a lefty out, in the 6th or 7th. You're right. You got that. You're going to have, in my plan, you're going to have Ranger be a wild card kind of piece. I like how the bullpen's shaping up. I know people like Banks. We'll see. I mean, I wouldn't, he wouldn't pitch in the 7th or 8th for me. Like, he's a 6th inning guy. And I know he's pitching all right. But I like it. And then, I'd also look at that Gage Wood and see how he goes. And he would be a guy that I would look at, like, just come in, pitch to a couple batters, throwing that hard. Let's go. Right? Like, I know the kid's done it. I'm in. I want to give it a shot. So all of a sudden, your bullpen looks fortified. You got your rotation. All that's left is the bat. Now, we got till 6 o'clock today for DD to make another deal. Now, all signs point to Laureano in Baltimore. We've been hearing that name for months now. Kind of fits. Right-handed bat. You need a right-handed bat. So, maybe it's that. Obviously, we all wanted Eugenio Suarez, but he goes back to Seattle where he started his career. So they get Suarez. That's a big ticket piece. Like, you aren't going to get that. Be interesting to see what other right-handed bat. Here's something that I want to throw by VG off the bat. I'm not in love with Nolan Arenado, but here's the other problem. I'm not in love with Bohm, like, going into this postseason. That's a huge issue, right? The shame is Arenado is just his power isn't there. Like, I think he's got like 12, 13 home runs, somewhere along those lines.
10.
All right.
At 235.
Yeah. I mean, just, I need a right-handed bat with some pop. That's the issue. Good morning, VG.
Good morning.
How about that?
Duran. Dude, his entrance song here. Woo, this place is going to go nuts. Go nuts.
So I can't wait until, game one. It's at night.
Yeah.
And the flames start going. And the cell phones, because we'll jump all in on that.
But it starts with a bell.
Yeah, the bell.
The Undertaker bell, pretty much, dude. Like, we love the bell here. It's perfect.
No, we are the bell.
Yeah.
We're Bell City.
Yeah, once they turn the lights
We're
out and that bell goes off.
We're all about the bell.
Yeah.
No, and then you have that, and then you have the fire.
Yes.
Right? And then your cell phones.
Yeah, a little mashup with some Pitbull.
Love it. Go with fire. There's the bell.
Wow, this is my far. We'll go nuts.
Yes. Nuts. You got to lower that. That's awesome.
Yeah, get rid of that music.
Yeah, that's great. Great stuff,
Dude, it's
man.
going to be fun.
Oh, my God. That's going to be great. No, listen, I love it. I mean, you're going to go into the postseason with a fortified pitching staff, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got a double ace in Wheeler and Sanchez. You got credible 3s and 4s.
Yeah.
You got a wild card, in my opinion, like a weapon ranger, and then
wild card with Nola.
Well,
you could kick him in the 3 and the 4.
I'm already counting Luzardo 3, Nola 4.
All right.
Ranger is my fail. He's my feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I need something, I got to come in.
Yeah.
I know people are. I know people are talking about, well, you should bring Luzardo out of the pen. I don't even. That makes no sense to me.
I don't need him pitching out of the stretch.
You're just burying him because he's not going to. You can't use him with runners on base. So what are you going to use him to start an inning? And you don't even know what he's like. I'd rather you just go as an opener.
Yes, because he gives you a good 3 or 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
And by the way, he's good. I know he goes through his funks, but dude, he's got great stuff.
Yeah, I don't want him in the pen. Or your idea of Ranger in the pen for Nola or Nola relief or Luzardo relief is perfect. I watched the kid yesterday.
Yes, Painter.
Woo-hoo! So a lot of breaking balls. Obviously, they're working on something because I was like, man, it was breaking ball after breaking ball. But threw 104 pitches, pitched 6 in the third. In his 104th pitch was like 98, right on hair under 98.
Yeah, that's nice.
So they're stretching him out.
I mean, look, if Nola can't go and Nola's just dead this year, you got the kid to give a shot.
Yeah, and they were playing the Woo Sox, so it was Boston announcers, I heard. Yeah. And they were just like, he's coming out for the 7th? You never see anyone pitch to 100 pitches in the minors, and they're gushing over him.
Yeah, because listen, what you need for Painter is you want to get him stretched out. Mm-hmm. You want him going now. And he's a great backup plan for Nola. Listen, all the chess pieces are there for them to win.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They got to get the bat.
Other than the bat. Yeah. I mean, that's what we're talking about. We're going to get to Tyler coming up in just a moment. But one of the things that we're going to look at today is who identifying the bat.
I mean, you mentioned it. He's pretty much the only one that makes sense, I think, at this point.
Yeah, there's not a lot of other guys out there.
He's got odd reverse splits. Career-wise, he's solid against both sides. I mean, he's solid this year, but he's got reverse splits this year where he's better against
290 this year.
Yeah, but his splits, I don't know. I guess against left-handed pitching or right-handed pitching, he's doing better. I don't know. He's got reverse splits this year. Decent pop, but he's just consistent. Yeah, he's a real batter.
Run a little bit.
Yeah, he's not going to go 0 for 30, 2 for 28. That's what they need. They need someone who's just consistent.
Yeah, you do. You got to get rid of Kepler. You got to get rid of Campbell.
Our man from Nightingale had mentioned that the cards are open, but they got Brendan Donovan, who I like, but he's a lefty, and Newt Barr, who I like, but another lefty. Yeah, I don't want that.
They have a lot of lefties. Gorman, Burleson. The only righties they have are Contreras and Arenado.
I don't want Arenado.
And I'm with you with Arenado.
Dude.
Here's the problem. If it's Arenado 2 years ago, I would be interested.
Yeah, he had power then. He had 16 home runs all last year.
The issue I have with Bohm is I get no power.
Yeah, I don't think he's much of it. Defensively, he's an upgrade over Bohm. I don't know, offensively. Dude, they gave up. Don't get it. Dombrowski gave up a lot yesterday.
I know.
Tait's the first top 100 prospect in 2 years.
We just talked about that.
And he's the highest prospect in 3 years ever get traded at the deadline.
He's going to be good. The kid's going to be good, but you got to win.
He's 3 or 4 years away. They can figure that out. Because they actually have a 17-year-old right now that's got some pop in the affiliate leagues.
But you got to win.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what that is.
And praise Abel. Abel worked it. He was worth nothing last year.
No.
Nothing.
No.
Worked his butt off, got it together.
And Mick, listen, God bless him.
Yeah, he's going to be a good 4th or 5th starter.
Yes.
Yeah, but he can pitch now. I guess the Mariners were looking for someone who could pitch now.
Minnesota said that, yep.
Or, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Dude, I got Mariners on the brain because they gave up nothing for Suarez. Nothing. Their 14th prospect, their 16th, and then the guy who's not even in their top 30. Yeah. Nothing.
I know.
I don't understand that.
I know. Rental.
We got a full arms race going on, too, because the Mets are out of control.
So the Mets go get Helsley and
Rogers.
Who
the Phillies can't hit.
I know. He's a lefty. Tyler Rogers is a lefty, and he befuddles them.
He's a weird delivery.
Yes, funky delivery. And you got Soto.
Yeah, and Diaz.
Yeah,
I mean, Soto I'm not too worried about.
Yeah, but Soto still throws. Yeah. He's having a bounce back, a little bit of a bounce back.
And did you hear he was kicking on the Mason Miller's door? The Padres. They already have the top bullpen ERA in baseball. And they said, or like late last night, it was like they're close to a Mason Miller deal.
Really?
Yeah, the Padres.
Wow. I still want that one bat, like, to be greedy.
Yeah. I want a big bat.
You know what's been weird? Dodgers quiet.
Yeah. The Dodgers are smart, though. They were part of the Reds 3-way trade, and they got two young arms back. One guy's blazing, but they're a couple years away. And in 2 years, they're going to be top prospects.
Yeah.
They're thinking long game.
Yeah. Yeah. But as far as the short game, it was weird. There's stuff going to drop today. I just don't know.
Doesn't feel like there's much more out there.
What big ticket guys?
Mason Miller.
But Oakland could shake things up. It's weird because the Angels are in it. So the Angels are in it, so they're keeping their guys. Texas apparently, who's not buried because nobody's buried in the West, Texas is trying to shed payroll.
Yeah, I don't get that, but they don't do.
They need
Garcia is the only person I'd want from there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And if you're,
I would love that.
And if you're trying to win,
I mean, I give up Crawford for Garcia.
Oh, second.
Yeah.
Second.
Yeah.
Second.
Because he plays good defense and service. Yeah.
Yes. All right. I got to get to our man, Tyler Zulli, who's done such a great job covering the Phillies, all PHLY. Got out that emergency pod last night. Check it out. As soon as it happens, you got to keep it right here on all PHLY because we hit you with emergency pods, man. We go right to dissecting what's happening, and Tyler's a great baseball man. Ty, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
What's up, Tyler?
You in the other studio?
No. This is.
You got our wallpaper. That's why.
Yeah, one bedroom apartment, and the baby's sleeping in the office. So
nice.
Trying to make do with what we've got.
I like it.
And I said on the emergency pod yesterday, I cannot wait to hear your good morning intro this morning because I knew you'd be fired up about this.
I love it, Ty. Love it. What's not to love? First of all, he's incredibly exciting, right? He throws fire, and you got a legitimate closer, right? It's not about committees. You know who's pitching the ninth, and maybe comes in the eighth if you need an out or two.
Yeah, I think that I've been pretty steadfast about I don't mind high leverage stuff if you don't have a bona fide closer. You have a bona fide closer now. Like there should be no questions asked. This guy is your ninth inning guy. And I think it allows everybody to slot probably naturally where they should.
Yes.
Kerkering in the 7th and 8th. Strom in the 7th and 8th. Banks in the 6th and 7th. Robertson when he comes up in the 6th and 7th. it really has kind of a trickle-down effect on the entire bullpen. And it's not just about, wow, this guy's going to pitch the ninth and you know it. It allows all these guys to probably pitch naturally where they should.
Totally right, brother. Totally right. I totally see it the same way. I mean, I'm a big believer in roles in the bullpen. It just works. It wins. Like Kansas City used to have, when Kansas City had its run, like great Texas, like teams that have good bullpens, Padres, it's all about roles. Like where you at? When the Phillies won in '08, it was the roles, right? It was the bridge to Lidge, that whole thing. Everybody had from J.C. Romero to the left side to Madsen to Lidge, right? Everybody had their role in the pen.
Yeah, I think that, and you can even include guys like Scott Air, right? Like that knew what they were kind of getting into.
Robertson is Scott Air. Comes in, you need a lefty.
I think you've got Banks and Robertson for now, this middle leverage stuff. And I trust Banks. I know people maybe don't like him as much because he's a little goofy, doesn't throw very hard, but like the guy gets outs, and that's really all I'm asking for. If you got him and Robertson for middle leverage, Strom and Kerkering for the higher leverage stuff, and then Duran unquestionably to get the final 3 outs or 4 outs, like you said, of the game. I mean, I can't rave enough about Duran. And the one thing that I love more than anything is the splitter. I mean, the fastball is great. The power fastball is great.
Well, I love the power. I'm a power fastball man. Yeah, it is. It's a wipeout pitch. You're right. But dude, it works great because he averages 100 on that fastball.
For sure. And the thing that I love about the splitter specifically, like usually if you got a righty who throws a splitter, it's more against lefties. And inverse, like if you got a lefty, it's more against righties. He'll throw it to anybody. He don't care. He just does it because he knows it's his best pitch. And he knows, like you said, he can set that pitch up down and away and then come back up with the elevated 100. And once you see splitter at 92, you're not catching up to 100 at the hands.
No, you're spot on, man. Spot on. That's such a huge thing. That was such a gaping hole. And, oddly, you feel better that Alvarado, you almost thank Alvarado because you got this. You're able to get an upgrade. He's an upgrade to Alvarado, so for sure. It's good.
I mean, if Alvarado comes back, I'm still throwing him in August and September because you still need innings. Yeah. But you're right. I mean, I think this move probably doesn't get made or maybe doesn't get made. If Alvarado's here, I think maybe they get a good pitcher at the deadline, but I don't know if they get a great pitcher. So maybe you're right. Maybe in a kind of spin cycle, thank you, Alvarado, for getting suspended.
Exactly. So, all right, today, I mean, obviously Laureano is the favorite as you need the right-handed bat. Anybody else catch your eye?
Yeah, everybody else seems to be, as you guys were just talking to, it's a lot of lefties. A lot of lefties are available. There's not a whole lot of righties. Laureano's somebody I've kind of been targeting for a while now. If you're okay with lefties and you're going like the next step down, I think Lars Nootbaar is probably a guy to keep an eye on in St. Louis. Yeah. And I see your face. I know that's kind of the reaction. It's Lars Nootbaar's. It's like Mike Tauchman's of the White Sox where you're talking about platoon. Like you're asking for the upgrade over Kepler, but it's still going to be platoon piece. If you're going for the big power bat, I think Adolis Garcia is probably the option.
Well, but listen, if he's available now, I don't know why Texas would make him available because they still are in it.
Sure.
So, but if he's available, he would be my guy easily.
Well, and it's weird. I know you just brought it up right before I came on. 3 years ago, Texas had like Premier League soccer club type money, and now all of a sudden they're crying poor. And I don't know where the money went, but they went from being this team that was willing to spend $1 billion to get Seager and to get Simeon and to bring in some pitching and things like that. And now all of a sudden they don't have any money. So I don't know where it went to. But I think that would almost be their justification more so than that they're out of it. Because I think they're still a good team. I think they're underperforming. Like their young guys, Carter's underperforming, Wyatt Langford. But like I look at their team and I go, it's a good team still. But if it's
I got to tell you, I mean, I think Garcia gives them balance.
Sure.
Like your right-handed bat, Simeon, Langford, and Garcia, with in between all the lefties. Sure. Seager, Carter's a lefty. Right, like you got a lot. Like I think I'd be surprised if they get rid of Garcia. I think it's going to kind of I think it's going to be Laureano.
I think if they do acquire somebody of note, I do believe Laureano probably is the target. Having a little bit of a power surge this year, 15 home runs already this season, which I think he only hit 10 or 11 last year. But having a little bit of a power surge had a really nice season. Good defender still, and a guy you can trust.
He can run. He can actually run a little bit. He can run a little bit, and listen, he was with the Braves. He was involved in winning cultures, so he's been around. I just think he's the perfect fit, and you gotta, because look, now that your pitching is fortified, it's going to come down to, can they scratch out some runs, and can you generate offense other than Schwarber, Turner, Harper?
Yeah, and I think the other question still remains is about Alec Bohm, right? Like, how significant is this injury, right? Because ribs are weird. Ribs are really, really weird where, you could wake up one day and feel great and the next day feel like you can't breathe. And if Bohm is out for a significant amount of time, is Otto Kemp your playoff starting third baseman? Is it Edmundo Sosa against the lefty? But that means then probably, does Stott have to play against the lefty?
Right, because you're going to have to platoon Stott with Sosa at second.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be surprised. I mean, you got 2 months. Bohm will be ready. It's less about the injury that I'm worried about and more about the production, VJ.
Lack of the power. I mean, we need some power from the corners. This team needs power. I mean, Tyler, why are the Angels not sellers? Like, I am so confused by this. They're like 4 games out of the wild card. There's 4 teams ahead of them, I think. Like, what is going on?
It's a question I've been asking for the last 2 weeks. I don't understand why they're not trying to be like, I get why they're not trying to do it in the sense of like, they've had a losing team for a while, their ownership. Art Moreno's a terrible owner. But the fan base wants to win, the team wants to win. I totally understand it from that perspective. And you've got a good group, but like, your pitching staff is not good enough to compete at a playoff level. They probably have, Joe Adell's probably outperformed himself at this point, to the point where they don't want to move him. So I guess really the only bat that they would consider moving would be Taylor Ward.
Right, who seems perfect for here.
But I don't understand what the Angels are seeing in themselves to consider themselves. Like, there are teams that are hovering around the 500 mark that I think could be contenders, that are, a good August away from being right back into this thing. I don't see the Angels as that kind of team. I just don't think they're very good.
No, it's not like they're on a 9-1 heater. I think they're 4-6 in their last 10. I am so confused at them not selling.
I know. But they're, I just think he's got so much money and invested, and they've languished. So,
I guess I'm more optimistic at third base with Kemp. He's my boy. He's showing some pop lately. I'm okay with him right now. You're not?
No. In October?
No, not October. But I mean, I think Bohm's going to be fine in October. I do.
No, health-wise, he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think he'll give you doubles. No home runs.
I mean, I don't know. He didn't hit last year.
No, he didn't.
I mean,
to be fair, nobody did in the NLDS either. They hit like 190 as a team.
No, but he was lost.
Oh, for sure. His second half was dreadful, and it came on the heels.
I have to be honest with you. Like, I don't have confidence in any of the daycare.
I have more confidence in him than any of them.
What's that, Ty?
I don't have any confidence in Stott right now, and I'm a huge Bryson Stott fan, but I mean, the last 2 months have been dreadful for him. And I think if there's a lefty on the mound at any point in the postseason, I
got to go Sosa. You got to go Sosa. Sosa rakes lefties, so you got to go Sosa.
Yeah,
you got to go Sosa, and then you're going to platoon Marsh. Like, I hear people talking about Crawford as a possibility. I don't think that they play Crawford over Marsh.
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. Marsh is the way he's been playing. His second half of the season, he's been really good. And I mean, the last month.
I mean, it hit a home. Even it didn't matter, but he hit a home run yesterday.
Yeah. I don't think Crawford's I don't think he's an upgrade over Marsh right now.
And it was funny because my boy's Tunis was like, dude, Crawford's your 9-hole hitter. I'm like, nah, they're not doing that.
I'd rather have Marsh as my 9-hole hitter.
So we'll see.
I don't think they play Crawford over Marsh, but I do think they could play Crawford over Kepler and Rojas. So if they trust Marsh in center, especially with a righty, if a righty's on the mound, I could see a scenario where Crawford starts in left over Kepler.
Yeah, I mean, Kepler's a waste. I mean, he's a complete waste.
I mean, if he gets under 200, I think if he gets under 200, that's where the DFA mark starts to come.
Yeah, I mean, he's just killing you. Now, you want to keep him around because in the event, like, you don't have much pop off the bench.
Sure.
And he does have a little bit of pop. I don't know what he's got left, but you keep him in the roster just to do that as a left-handed
Yeah, I think
pinch
if he
hitter.
could truly be a fourth outfielder, and you might have something there as a bench piece, like you said, if you need a lefty to come off the bench against a righty late in the game, give you a little bit of spark, maybe he's that guy. But if he's hitting sixth or seventh in your lineup and starting, I don't feel great about it.
Agreed. What do you got on tap today, buddy?
Yeah, so anything that breaks between now and 5 o'clock, we'll do an emergency pod for, and then 5 to 7, we've got our trade deadline special. Me, Andrew Frazier, Rich Hoffman. I know VG said he might stop by for a bit as well, so we'll be cycling people in and having conversations. Talk about the whole league and get into the Suarez move, get into all the bullpen moves, because like you guys said right before I jumped on, Mets and Phillies look like they're almost counter-punch each other.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, they're gearing up for a rematch in the postseason.
And you know what? Don't sleep. When Milwaukee got Danny Jansen, people don't know who he is. He's a catcher from Tampa who's got some pop, Jansen. That actually, I didn't hate that deal for them. They still nag me, that team.
You said it with Bob yesterday, and I 100% agree. You look at the roster and you're like, are they really that good? But all they keep doing is winning. They win and they win and they win. And I think in big part because their bullpen just comes in and throws smoke. They've got like 4 dudes who throw 100.
Well, it's funny. I thought yesterday the Cubs beat them. They blew it open. But they came back on them. And in a minute, it was like 5-0. They made it 5-3. And I'm like, watch this team come back and win again.
Yep.
And the Cubs wound up blowing it open. But they're sneaky, man.
Yeah, I think Pat Murphy's a pretty good manager, too.
Yeah, he's a really good manager.
He's a really good manager.
Yeah, I agree. Great stuff, Ty, man. Keep up the great work, buddy. Love it.
Appreciate you guys.
Good baseball man. There
See
he
ya.
is. Tyler Zule.
You guys want to let me know next time you coordinate shirt colors? I mean, I'm a team player.
Yeah, everybody was loving the salmon.
I can throw in a little salmon.
Yeah.
This is red.
That's red.
I guess.
In the dark, it might be red.
It's not. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's salmon.
Yeah, I guess it's a salmon.
Yeah, you got the whole
salmon
chat
action.
is
There's a whole
hungry.
salmon chat going on right now about different kinds of salmon.
Like, how to cook salmon.
My
salmon.
Anthony's a big salmon kid.
Is Duran a salmon? We don't know.
He's a salmon guy.
I'm a big fan of the salmon.
Are you?
Yeah.
Dude, I've not acquired a good taste
Really?
for it. I want to.
Yeah.
And every time I have it, I go,
Such a healthy fish.
I know. It's a great fish.
It's too flaky of a fish.
What?
I've
on
tried
the
it
grill?
different ways. Like, I'm in like olive oil. Like, to me,
Yeah.
I do anything in olive oil.
Well, bacon, salt, pepper, olive oil.
I just go,
Pan fry?
I don't pan for
yeah.
Let's keep the skin on. Pan fry?
Yeah, the skin,
It's good. Keeps
grill
the
it.
flavor
My
in.
kids
It's good.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about some of our friends. And then we got the editor back, fresh off his trip to Ireland, to the old country. I saw a picture. I got to send you the picture, Andrew, of Pat holding a Guinness in Ireland.
Oh, did he send that to you?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I got to I'm going to send a couple pictures that you could put up.
Yeah.
It was so natural. Perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
He
looks perfect with a
get
Guinness in
Just
his hand.
hearing that, I was like, oh,
yeah.
it feels good.
Oh,
Irish
the pictures
Guinness?
The pictures are awesome. Like, I'd like to do Ireland with Pat. Like, that would be cool.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Yes.
All right, buddy.
True Mark Finance, our good friends over there. You know, Kelly's all fired up about the Phils right now. Well, they got this really great program going on this summer, and actually all year round, but especially it's good to take advantage of it in the summer because that means the kids are out and about with a ton of free time, so they're maybe hanging out with friends, and just maybe they're picking up a summer job or increasing their chore load around the house, and they get a little extra money in their pockets. So True Mark's here to help you out with a little program that helps them get real-world money skills and a little bit of freedom. It's their great Green Light debit card and money app. And if you're a True Mark Financial member, you get a True Mark Greenlight account totally free. And it's a simple way for them to manage their own money, whether it's from a job, allowance, birthday, graduation, chores, any of that, man. So they get their own debit card. They can set savings goals, track their spending, and learn how to budget, all while you stay in the loop and in control from your phone. So you're in control, but they get to learn how money works in the real world, and they get a little freedom, feel like an adult. So before the summer's here and gone, this is a great way to help your kids build some smart money habits that'll stick with them long after the season's over, hopefully all through adulthood. So head over to truemark.com/greenlight and get all the details and sign up today. And don't miss the chance to set your kids up for some financial success now and throughout their life. truemark.com/greenlight.
All right. How about a word from our friends at Pico with us? Anthony Gargano, PHLY, VG. My brother, you look hot.
Dude.
I mean, I feel kind of hot too, to be honest with you.
Dude, my house is like a sauna meets a steam room. It's insane. This heat's unbearable.
Well, look, this Philly heat is no joke. It's summertime, man.
Dude, if I could tell you, I stood with my head in the freezer for 10 minutes before I left the house today. Disaster.
Brother, just turn on the AC. How come you just don't turn on your air conditioner?
Trying to save some cash, man. Save the world.
Whoa, what happened?
Whoa.
Anthony Gargano, PHL
Stuff.
Listen, I feel you. Do yourself a favor. I got your answer.
All right.
Like, do it solid. Check out Pico's energy saving rebates. All right. They've got deals on Energy Star cooling equipment that actually work and cut your bills.
So you're telling me no more freezer head?
No, not unless you want to look like a freezer head.
No. I'm good. This is
right.
great news.
I'm serious. You're good, man. Trust me. Just head to pico.com/ways to save. They got tips for everything. Heating, cooling, lighting, you name it. It's Pico. We love Pico.
I'm in.
Yes, we do. We love Pico. Thank you. From our friends at Pico. Pico's Ways to Save. All right. Now let's go. Our man back after his trip to Ireland, back to the old country. Let's go to our man from the editor's desk. Where's the opening? What? Extra, read all about it.
Breaking news from the editor's desk.
Where is he? Oh, this other system. Come on. Good morning, Pat. Welcome home. You're muted. You're muted. There you go. Got our man.
Extra, read all about it.
This just in, ladies
say,
and gentlemen,
buddy?
and all the
How
ships
was
at
it? How
sea.
was the
it's
trip?
time for
The trip was excellent. Couldn't have been better. Headed out with Tracy's family, the Murphys. So we had a contingent of 14. Couldn't have been better. And what was great for me was that it's the fourth time I've been there, but I've never seen the West and the South. I mean, I have family up in my mother and father from Donegal, and I've been up there, and I went with Bonner basketball twice, and the teams they played were in Belfast. So I've seen Dublin, Belfast, and the North. But this time we were situated in Adair, Limerick County, and we would shoot off with every day to a different place. So it was terrific. And it's interesting in a sports way. This Adair is everything you would think about as a nice, quiet Irish town. And believe it or not, the Adair Manor Country Club is going to host the Ryder Cup in 2 years.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be Bethpage Black, and then it goes to Europe. In 2 years, when it's in Europe, it's going to be there. And it's fascinating because there's like a one-lane street, you know? I mean, it's like all the traffic in Philadelphia has to go down Snyder Avenue. I mean, that's what it's like in Adair. So the infrastructure that they're going to have to put up in 2 years to accommodate 250,000 people a day, it's pretty fascinating.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool.
Yes.
Over under Guinness, VG, Pat consumed.
Wait, how long was he there?
How long was the trip?
8 days.
Ooh.
8 days. You got to figure he's
I'm gonna
averaging.
say 30.
He's averaging
34 and a half.
4 a day.
I would say 34 and a half.
I'd say 35.
I'm under, and one of the reasons I'm under is that you have to, if you travel with the Murphy family, you have to sample Murphy Stout, which is the JV compared to Guinness, and it's a little sweeter. but I did a little bit of that. But I did many a Guinness, many a Murphy Stout.
Well, I mean, let me put it this way.
Total beers.
Let me, total pints over 35.
Total pints is probably around VG's number, sure.
Yeah.
Four or five a day.
Total pint. Yeah, that's a good number.
Absolutely.
All right.
Has that changed from when you're home, or is that about normal?
No. I've been monitoring that. I'm under a beer a day at home, believe it or not. I've done that. Like, listen, you got to go all out when you're over in Ireland.
Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah. You're
and
there.
when you're there, in tribute to Anthony, the pilgrimage has to be to the Temple Bar.
Yeah.
The bar in Ireland's named Temple. In the whole district, the whole street is called the Temple Bar District. So had to get to there. That's me and my brother-in-law, Dennis Murphy, good man.
Nice.
And we made our trip there. And it's funny, we saw a guy there that was a young guy that was the spitting image of Zach Ertz. So instead of trying to get a sneak photo, I just flat out told the young guy, look, man, you look like a football player back in Philadelphia. And so let me take your picture. And he was good about it. And he said, now hold on. Let me see this ball player you're talking about. So I went on the phone and I was going to try to line up the thing that looked most like him. But when I called up Zach Ertz on Google, I'm swear to God, guys, the photo of Zach Ertz came up. Was the perfect Wikipedia picture, matched this kid's face to a T. He was right on the money. So, we had a couple of laughs about that. But overall, it couldn't have been better. Great trip. Highly recommend it for anyone who does it.
Do you mix in a little Jameson, a little Irish whiskey while you're over there?
I never do. I learned as an 18-year-old that liquor was not for me and don't do much. Although when you're on these things and you're getting entertained or whatever, that they involve drinking songs. So you might have to have a little Jameson just to get to, when you're doing cheers and there's parts of the songs where you got to drink, you have to have a little of that. We, of course, went to the Jameson factory because there will be, Jameson to be given to, my sons and other kids there. And of course, I'd never been to the Guinness factory. Tracy had, but and she's not a beer drinker, but she was kind enough to share a Guinness with us at the Guinness factory, which is where it's made, and it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, it's funny. I have one of my dear friends, Boo. His family's from Ireland, and he won't do the brown. Like he goes, I don't do. You never touch the brown. The that's the danger. The brown's the danger.
I mean, that's when it goes off the rails a little.
That's what unlocks us Irishmen. Is once you get that brown in us, we get a little wild.
He'll go gin, but he won't go brown. And he's a Guinness all day.
Yeah, me, as a young 18, 19-year-old that didn't drink in high school, I had a little bout with tequila in Wildwood, and it told me this stuff is not for me.
Yes. Yeah, I feel you, buddy.
I'm a beersman.
All right. Big move by the Phils. I'm sure that's in the headlines. So let's get to it.
We have the big deal. We have another Phillies. We have a Vic Fangio item. We have an Eagles, and we have MLB in general.
All right. Let's do our Eagles early. We're going to switch up because we're going to, this is the last day of July. So going forward, it's all going to be birds. So let's get the birds done now and then focus on the Phillies.
Okay, well, I'm going to go to the general birds first. And our headline on that is winging it, because there's only so much that you can glean from the camp so far. I can tell you this, though, boys. It is Boston Scott days until the Eagles play Dallas. 5 weeks away. 5. So that's coming on fast. And, everything, it's what we talked about a couple weeks ago. The whole point of this camp is get everybody out of there, get them their reps, get them healthy. Let's go.
Let's go.
It's going to be incredible how few people play in this preseason, and that's a couple years ago, everybody used to, whine about that. I think anybody that knows ball is way over that by now. Do you think Jhoan Campbell gets some reps in the preseason?
I do. I think he will. Yeah, I think he will. I think it's the acclimation process. I think it happens. So we're looking forward to it. I love that kid, Pat. That Jhoan is going to be a stud. We're going to love watching him blitz from the second level, man.
Size, speed, versatility, that he's from Alabama, that he's been there in the big games, that Fangio can use him as a chess piece. It's great to think about. I don't think anybody that's a starter, maybe Tyler Steen gets a couple of reps to solidify the job, but if anybody, don't just look for the little things and look for the people that might be down the road that you like in there. I'm happy with the quietness of camp. I'm happy that they still can't figure out Micah Parsons' contract in Dallas. I'm happy that they don't know what to do with Terry McLaurin in Washington. And McLaurin's good, but I think he's thinking he's a little bit bigger than he really is. And I'm really starting to come around to like the notion on the Commanders that they're a little older, and Daniels is great, but boy, I don't know that he's as great as everybody says he is, and so I'm sitting there.
That will be the only thing you and I will disagree on, is that people were talking about this sophomore slump because C.J. Stroud had one. He's not C.J. Stroud. He is. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he's the truth. And it's because he can move and he makes all those throws. He's a mouse hole thrower. So if you're a mouse hole thrower, that's on a different level.
Right. Yeah. And I guess, will we really get any sense of what Kevin Patullo is? I don't think we will until the first opening game of the season.
Agreed.
There's not much to read into this. You can see whether Makuba or Brown. You're going to find out whether Cooper. It seems like Vic is determined to get DeJean on the field every play. I think people get carried away with that notion of the base defense. How often do they play the base defense? They're in nickel or dime almost all the time.
Yeah.
I do love the early rumblings about Quinyon Mitchell.
Yes.
It sounds like he is going to be even, he and
AJ going at it.
He's going to be an all-pro, and he's going to be an all-pro in a hurry.
Yeah.
So, that's everything with the Eagles is right where you want it to be now. And I think people have to just relax about what happens in the preseason, and I think people have to understand that what you see, well, they better come out with enough to take care of Dallas in good fashion that ring night. But those first couple of weeks, you want to see things in week 12 and whatever, and everything coming together and building up, and it's just the thought of it is just great. Yeah.
Hey, just while we're doing this, Shane Bieber has been traded to the Blue Jays for the Blue Jays' fifth top prospect, Cal Steven.
It's good. That's a good move by Toronto.
Yeah.
I told you they need started pitching.
Yep.
Bieber had a weirdly down year, but he's got good stuff.
I'm a fan of Bieber, Shane.
Me too.
Toronto's impressive. They're getting after it. They really are. And, if they can win a division that has the Red Sox and Yankees, that's pretty damn impressive.
Can you imagine a repeat of 93? Phillies, Jays, World Series?
Ooh, I would love that.
32 years later. Yep.
That'd be awesome.
We'll have plenty of baseball. The other thing I wanted to bring up on the Eagles is Vic himself, Vic Fangio. And the headline there is "The Legend Grows." How great was it that this kook's walking around in a sweatsuit in 100-degree weather?
You gotta love it, Pat.
He's amazing. He's oblivious to it all. And, the legend grows with that. It grows with the Phillies hat he's got on. It grows with somebody presenting him with a Dick Allen jersey. You know, it grows with him saying that he grew up an Allen fan. It grows with his little tale about being in a golf cart with Goose Gossage, and Goose Gossage saying that Allen was the best teammate he ever had. You know, and if you hear from Mike Schmidt and those people, it just aggravates you about the people that really pushed back against Allen and stalled that thing getting there. I'm talking to Bill James. Our friend Mike Sealski had such a terrific column this week, kind of ripping Bill James as it related to Allen. But and then the other thing with Fangio is he doesn't love doing the press stuff or whatever. But once he gets going, he gets going. He went player by player. He told that Adoree Jackson basically, look, my man, you got cut from two teams. There's got to be a reason for that. You're going to have to show us why there's not a reason again to get cut. And just the stuff coming out of him, it's just great. And you just know that he's just taking that ball of clay, so to speak, at the Eagles camp, and he's just like a mad scientist trying to turn it into something even greater.
And then he gives you the, I didn't watch much tape on Adoree Jackson and how he did, how he wanted them, and when Howie won something, there's nothing I can say.
Not me. Yeah.
I love it when he starts talking.
He was distancing himself from Adoree Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird because like Zach and Bo, they said Adoree Jackson's had a nice camp. They thought he's looked good so far.
Yeah. And I kind of like the fact that you have a little bit of a veteran there. I mean, you're looking at Mitchell, DeJean, and Keely Ringo. It's good to have somebody that's, been there a little bit anyway. I think Jackson has the potential to be a nice pickup.
I can see Jackson winning that job over Ringo.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Vic just setting the bar. That's Vic. He's got that old school way. I think it works. All right, let's go headline 3. Let's get to baseball, man, because Red October's around the corner.
Let's get to baseball, and we're going to go to MLB in general because our headline there is the Capped Crusader.
Nice.
And the Capped Crusader goes to the thing that happened this week about Bryce Harper telling the commissioner of baseball to GTFO, the clubhouse. And that was interesting to me on a number of levels. One being, it's interesting how that stuff gets out. Somebody on the Phillies wanted that out somehow. I hope it wasn't any kind of bad will toward Bryce, but that gets out. And Harper
I bet you Bryce wanted that out.
Yes.
Because that was cool. Get the bleep out.
He was happy to address it. And so it brings up the notion about how you guys feel about the leagues and the salary caps. In the league that began free agency, in Kurt Flood's league, it makes a lot of sense that the last holdout on caps is Major League Baseball.
Yeah, I have to be honest with you. And all due respect to Bryce, because we love him. But for the overall general health of the sport, I think you need it. I don't think you could exist. Again, it's the same teams, right? The Pirates, the Tampas, and even though they're usually good because they have no payroll, Minnesota, all these teams that struggle, I think you have to have it. Just cap works. It just does.
It's definitely the one sport where there are teams that just can't win it.
Right.
The Pirates can't win the World Series. They just can't. That's like you said, and you named some of the teams. I mean,
you're Minnesota. Let's take the trade, Pat. Why would you trade Duran when you got 2 more years of control with him? The contract's not horrible, but you're trading your closer. It stinks, listen, Tait could be a player down the line, but Abel is what he is. I mean, if you're lucky, he's a 3.
Right. No doubt about it.
Hey, check this
out.
And
in the other leagues, I think the NFL, I think the cap works in the NFL pretty well. It's a hard cap. The Eagles, again, have the edge because they know how to maneuver it better than teams like Dallas. The NBA's got what they call a cap, but this notion of max contracts, I mean, you get to a point where you almost have to give these guys, max contracts go to Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant and Bryce Harper and Jalen Carter and that type. Devin Booker gets a contract to make $72.5 million a year.
Yeah,
I think that they have that economic setup in the NBA. That's not. They're damn lucky. There's only 12 guys on the team in the NBA. I'll tell you that.
Tobias Harris had a max contract.
I know. I mean, listen, it's crazy.
Hey, here's a Hembo.
And that's why Gilbert Arenas runs the executive game.
Hembo put out a thing regarding the leagues, the gap between the lowest spending team and the highest spending team per league. The NHL gap was $44 million. The NFL gap is $132 million. The NBA is $88 million, and Major League Baseball is $296 million from the gap between the lowest spending team and the highest spending.
How is the NFL that high?
I don't know.
That's a great point. I mean
there's a floor in the NFL.
Is there?
It's hard.
Hembo's usually pretty good with his stuff.
That should average out somehow better. Teams aren't trying not to spend to the cap. They're trying to manage that. But the point Hembo there and what VG said is that it's spot on about as it relates to Major League Baseball, because, we've gone through that before about the payroll of the Dodgers compared to the Tampa Rays. It's incredible.
So we got the Cleveland Browns total cap money is $301 million. And in last place is the Jets at $246.
He said $126 million.
He said 132.
132.
Yeah, he's wrong. 65 million.
Yeah, that's bizarre because that right away didn't sound right.
There you go. Now listen, let's
He's like
let's
Chat
go.
GPT.
Damn.
All baseball the rest of the way. 2 Phillies, and we'll finish off with more talk about the deal. I will say this about the deal. It is a nice thing when the deal goes down the middle of the game and there's reasons that you're dying for stuff and you're listening to see if McCarthy and Kruk are going to talk. And I don't know whether it's because it's not announced or whatever. You get nothing on the telecast, and as good as those guys are, it is nice to be able to go to PHLY. Tyler was, he put the baby in the other room. He was, boom, that instant, that stuff that PHLY gives you about the emergency pods is great, and then you see guys like Derek, the Sixers guy, weighing in on it and stuff. So that's where I went. And that's the,
thank you, Pat. I would love that. Thanks, brother.
Yeah. But I have 2 things on the Phillies. The first one's related to the team itself, and that is, the headline is half-assed finish won't cut it. And I just wanted the photo there just for the sake of the photo. I'm in Ireland, and somebody says that my friends are flipping out about some play Riamuto said. Then I saw this photo. It almost looks like something you'd see with one of the apostles. It looks like there's light coming in through the window there.
That's a painting in Rome.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like a painting in Rome, and it's just such a beautiful photo. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Look at the air that guy's getting, and he catches the ball and puts the tag on. It's just an incredible piece of athleticism there.
Awesome.
So I wanted to have something. I just wanted it up there because it just jumped off at me as a beautiful photo.
It's amazing.
It's a positive at a thing where I'm going to be a little negative about the Phillies. And the point there is that this, last year, 40-18, as we know, they went to London with the Mets, and it fell apart after that, 45-49, playing .479 ball. And this year they get off 36-22, and they've been 25-24 since 5-11. Now, is that a long-going trend? No. I found this kind of interesting. The year they went to the World Series, On May 31st, they were 21-29, playing 420 ball. Then they go 66-46 the rest of the way. And then the following year, they're under again 25-30, but they go 65-42. And my point is if the Phillies do what they did last year or are doing right now and play 500 ball, that's not going to get it done, boys. That might not even get them in the playoffs. You know, the Mets are not messing around with the stuff that, you know, the Phillies got to get that. They got to get this together and start playing up closer to 600 ball and make sure that they're solidly in the 90s there, because there's not as much margin for error this year.
That's interesting. I guess you know what it is. You're not wrong. It's funny. I look at them and I'm like, oh, you know, they're going to make the playoffs. Like that's, you know, not even without question. But I mean, Brewers, Cubs with a better record, right?
Yep.
Padres are right there at 60 wins, and the Reds have 57 wins. They're only 4 behind, actually 3 behind the Phillies. So
yeah,
you know,
it's probably really hard for the Phillies not to get the last wild card.
But still, right.
When you got the last wild card, the next place you can go is out of the playoffs.
Well, you're right. Like, you know, listen, that miracle in 22 where, you know, they go to St. Louis and somehow win that first game. And, like, you don't want to have to go to Wrigley Field and face that team having to win 2 games.
No.
Absolutely not. And I think that although they had it last year and it didn't work out, I think it's important that they win the division.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you avoid that and you have the home field. It didn't work out last year or whatever. But if they position them well, I think they got a real shot. But just kind of floating around and letting Lazar let 6 runs go in an inning, they're now at the point that they got to fight for every run. Fight for every run. And
like even the other night, Pat, they get a couple home runs. Like you had the Schwarber early, you had Marsh, and it's 6-0 after 3 innings. And they didn't score again the rest of the game.
Right. Yep. And then you had the game that Luzardo gave you 4 or 5 real good innings. Harper hit 2 homers against the Red Sox. And then they come back and you know, they lose it because they down the stretch that, you know, it's so typical of the guys like the 3 of us. If you're at 6-0 and it's early and you're a Philadelphia fan, or it's 21-0 and it's early and you're a Philadelphia fan, or you're up 20 in a basketball game, you don't sit there. You want more. You got to get more early. Yeah. Roll it up, boys. Roll it up.
In fairness, like that Toronto-Baltimore series, right, where the pitch is bad, but these teams are putting up double-digit runs, and there's tack-ons, and like you just got to do it, man. We've seen it. We've seen that before. Like this, the offense. I love the pitching, and now that you got Duran, like you're great. Like you have solidified pitching, fortified it. But I mean, this lineup outside of Turner, Schwarber, and Bryce.
Yeah,
I mean, who you counting on?
Very iffy, very iffy. And that brings us to the last one, boys. The big deal. Our headline is Duran. And there you go. And, you know, now it's a new Duran. And I heard VG talking about the entrance song, and it's exciting what they did. And you got to give Dombrowski credit for the swing. The entrance thing ought to be wild, like you said, Anthony. The, I guess, El Incomprendido, how you pronounce the thing. I know it translates to, let me see my writing, the uncompromising. So that's what we're looking for. And let's go back to when they won it. They won it in 80 with a guy in the 9th. And you knew who the guy was. It was Tug McGraw. And they won it 08 with Lidge. So here's the shot. Here it is. Do you win in 2025? You got the guy, and you're going to see whether Duran can do it. And there's a lot I like about it. I like the age. I like his size. I want my guy to come out. I want him to be big, imposing, and throw gas. So you got a 6'5" guy throwing 100 and has another pitch there. So maybe 3 years down the road for one reason or another, but it's hard at the moment of the deal to knock Dombrowski. When I saw that there were certain guys that you thought that if you were going to get a Duran or a Suarez, it was going to kill you. It's wild what Suarez went for. But when Clase's thing happened and it narrowed the field, and it really looked like if you're going to go for one big name, it was Duran, and they got Duran. And when I saw the price, I was pretty happy with that,
Yeah,
I think the big winner in this is Real Muto. I mean, Tait wasn't going to be up in him next year, but I think they're going to have to sign Real Muto to have him around for a couple more years till they build that up.
Yeah, Tait wasn't expected to be here till 2028, I think. So yeah, they got years. They got years to figure it out.
I think you don't have an answer behind JT now.
No.
So you got to re-sign him. This team is what it is, right? Like you got to bring Schwarber back. I mean, the guys. If you go around the diamond, right, and look at it, you go, all right, JT, Bryce, second base in the offseason. I don't know. I might have to find an answer with that.
Right.
Shortstop. Listen, he's fine. He's had a good year. He's been there. He's been everything we wanted him to do this year, right? Third base is a problem, and I could do without the entire outfield.
Absolutely.
Yes, agree.
Absolutely. I guess that we saw the stretching out, but it's time for Crawford and Painter too, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'd certainly take a look at him. I'd certainly take a look at him.
If they make another deal today,
I'm underwhelmed by Crawford. Like, listen, I think he's a good ball player, right? Play good center field for you, but he's another slap hitter, a lefty slap hitter at that.
Yeah, but I'll take a lefty 320 slap hitter. You can slap at 320.
You want to hit 320 in the bigs?
No, I know that. But I'd be thrilled if they moved Rojas in some kind of throw in today.
Yeah, I'd be fine if they DFA'd Rojas.
Yes.
I think if they wind up getting a bat, there might be a surprising name or two off the big league roster to get moved today. But I'm very
Castellanos?
happy with the thing. I think a big loser in this is Alvarado, who kind of dug his own grave. If he's coming back to the Phillies next year, he's coming back on terms that are very favorable to the Phillies, and that might be all he can do at this point.
Yeah.
But
he might be throwing 92 off the juice. Who knows?
Right. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But it's good time there. And sit back, and you don't have to sit back with as much trepidation today. If we were sitting back,
I feel good, man. I do. I mean,
right now,
yeah.
You guys wouldn't even be listening to me. You'd have a half an eye, and I would too. What's going on? What's going on?
Right.
Now, something else might happen, and that'd be great. But the big one, we don't have to do it with as much trepidation at this point.
No, I mean, and here's the truth of the matter. It's setting up to be a fun October because these teams are going to be good. Like, Phillies Mets. I would love this. That rematch, Phillies Mets. Like, that would be some great baseball. The Cubs and Brewers are good. The Dodgers are the Dodgers. And San Diego is going to be good again. Like, they're going to be dangerous.
Yeah. So, Pat, you had me thinking. I was looking up the remaining strength of schedules. Do you believe the Dodgers, Padres, and Cubs have the 3 easiest strength of schedules left?
Really?
Yes. The Dodgers have, I don't know why it's so, they have 7 with the Rockies, 3 with the Pirates, 3 with the Orioles, 6 with the Diamondbacks, 3 with the Angels, and 3 with the Tampa Bay. I guess the 7, both the Padres and the Dodgers have 7 with the Rockies. So that's probably putting them into the
Where
lowest.
the Phillies? Go quickly.
The Phillies
with
are
the Phillies.
they're the 14th hardest schedule left. And they have 3 against the Brewers, 3 against the Tigers, 3 against the Dodgers, 7 against the Mets, 3 against the Mariners, 3 against the Rangers. Their weakest series left, 7 against the Nats, 4 against the Braves, 3 against the Orioles, 3 against the Diamondbacks, 3 against the Twins, and 6 against the Marlins.
All right.
And the Mets
7 Nats, 6 Marlins. That's 13 I like right there.
The Mets have the 7th hardest. They have 3 against the Brewers, 3 against the Cubs, 3 against the Tigers, 7 with the Phillies, 3 against the Padres, and 3 against the Mariners. Their weakest is 6 against the Nats, 6 against the Braves, 7 against the Marlins, and 3 against the Giants.
Yeah, the Nats, though, they're just such a freaking...
Hopefully they're in sell mode and get rid of a bunch of people today.
I know. That would be key. Because they're not bad.
No, they got some studs.
Abrams is terrific. Wood, who's been cold, but is good.
Who's the other
Garcia.
They got the other kid
is
in
good.
That Drake.
Lyle is good.
Yes.
They have the potential to be the Nats, the GNATS.
Yes. yes. Now, Florida, the Marlins are usually pesky. I don't like their team.
Nah, I'm not. I feel like they've exercised that demon.
Yeah, I don't think they're.
Yeah.
I feel good about that. Racking up with W's against the Marlins, against the Fish. That's gonna be fun, Pat. Pretty soon, like you said it earlier to start, that we're Boston Scott away from the start of Eagles, and pretty soon we're gonna have that October, which is the greatest month of the year. October is my favorite month. College football. We're going to have NFL. We're going to have the start of basketball and hockey. And then baseball playoffs.
Can't wait.
It's the best.
That's right. We'll have a lot of laughs and a lot of people to praise and a lot of people to rip.
Where are you? I meant to ask you real quick. Where are you at with Penn State? You root for Penn State?
I root big time for Penn State because my oldest Pat and my youngest Tom went there, and it was good to them both. I liked the place. I liked it as a kid. I went up there in my teens to see a Penn State Notre Dame game with Steve Berline at quarterback.
Wow.
We went up in a Winnebago. And but
they're going to be fun, man. I'm looking forward to it.
They're going to be good. There's a cool photo today about the offensive line meeting room, and they're all in overalls. They're going to be good. He's a hell of a recruiter. He's got a lot. They're paying silly money to keep the running backs in Aller. But I think Franklin's good for them as a face of the institution and as a recruiter. But you can't get around that. You can't get around that record in the big games. They are eminently capable of winning it all this year.
Here you go. You ready? Here's their schedule. Nevada on August 30th. FIU, Villanova. The first 3 games all at home. Actually, the first 4 games are at Happy Valley. The 4th game, September 27th, a whiteout. Oregon. The Ducks come in. That's going to be pretty cool. Yes. Then at UCLA, home Northwestern, at Iowa. Then November 1st, day after Halloween, at the Horseshoe, at Ohio State. Oh, man.
They could be undefeated going into that game.
Yeah, they should be. They're going to beat Oregon at home. Then that's a showdown. Then you're home Indiana at Michigan State. And then November 22nd, home Nebraska. Matty Rule comes into Happy Valley.
What's that date?
Where he once coached, November 22nd.
Ooh.
What's Matt got this year, Anthony?
They're good. They're good. They're probably 4th in the Big Ten right now. So I would rank it.
Back. He's a sophomore now, right?
Raiola. Yeah.
Yes.
Raiola is like Patrick Mahomes light. The way Kobe worshipped Jordan, Raiola worships Mahomes. Half Samoan, half Sicilian.
Yeah.
Yes, he's a half Samoan, half Sicilian.
That's one heck of a combo.
If was an MLB relief pitcher, we'd really have a parallel.
Dylan Raiola, but they got but they're good. They're going to be good. They're this is a year Matt's got a shot. We got. I mean, if you think about it, Penn State, Ohio State's 1-1A. I think Oregon would be next, and then I think I like Nebraska after Oregon, and then everybody's all over Illinois. But I think that's your kind of Big Ten, top of your Big Ten.
No, was it Indiana good last year?
Yeah, they lost a lot.
Did they?
Yeah, he's a good coach.
That coach is the real deal too. Matt's the real deal at Nebraska. They got a good guy at Indiana, and my son Brendan would kill me if we got this far and didn't mention Michigan. Michigan, they'll be.
They're a year away.
Okay.
They're a year away.
They paid incredible money for the quarterback that left his commitment. Where was he at? I think they're paying about $10 million for the freshman quarterback.
Oh, yeah. No, Larry Ellison is the money behind Michigan.
Yeah.
And
stud quarterback coming in.
Yeah.
And he was signed with like a Georgia or a Texas, and they got him away.
Georgia.
But you're right. Because of that, they may be a year away from him.
Well, also they're kind of in that rebuild mode, so they're going to be really good next year. This year is your year. Next year, because their O line's pretty young. Next year they're going to be good.
And conversely, Penn State, they got to get it done this year because they may need a reload year.
Exactly.
You lose Aller in that backfield, you got to create some new stars.
I like Aller. I know people, are on the fence with him. Man, he's got a big arm. He didn't have any receivers last year. I can move a little bit. I'm an Aller fan, so I think he's going to be good.
Yeah, I hope so. Franklin's track record is brutal in big games.
Yeah.
But, the only way you turn it around is you got to start putting some in the front end with those W's. So let's see how he does.
Hey, one thing I got to put your attention to. How about August 22nd? Dateline, I think Lauderdale. American Heritage High School versus St. Joe's Prep High School.
Oh,
Two
nice.
top 5 programs in the country going at it. The quarterbacks are going at it. Young Charlie Folk versus Dia Bell. Dia Bell is Raja Bell's son.
No kidding. Wow, what a name.
Dia Bell is going to Texas. He will be the next starting quarterback after Arch.
And what do you think with Arch? You think Arch plays and goes, or Arch plays?
No, I think Arch stays. I think Arch is there for 2 years.
Yes. And I would imagine he's going to make more than like $9.50 an hour to work.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated with watching him this year, Arch. There's so many young arms in this area in the high school level, and it's great that you pay attention to that. And some of the, the schools that play almost national schedules now, you look at all the, that one Catholic league, they won many levels in the state, whatever. And
LaSalle. Look at that team. It's like that league is unbelievable. It's a great league, man. There's some really good young football players, man. I love it.
Yep. The Roman quarterback, Samaj Jones, he had announced his signing date. I wonder if maybe he signed while I was away, or that's coming up. He's in with all the big ones.
Yes.
I know one of them. I'll tell you another unsung guy in college football is, and I kind of wish that they got him when they could, is I really like Fran Brown at Syracuse. I thought
local guy.
He did a great job. He really saw what McCord was. They had a personal connection, and he really brought the best out of McCord. And I'm looking forward to seeing McCord flinging around down at the link in the preseason games.
Yeah, it'll be fun. You'll get to watch Kyle. you may get a couple series out of Tanner because I'll tell you this, they love Tanner. Love Tanner. Like teams wanted McKee and they do not make him available.
How about it? Yep. Yeah. And Dorian Thompson-Robinson's auditioning for another squad, I would think.
Correct. Yeah, I think so. I'm with you. My brother, so great to have you back, buddy.
Very good, boys.
If I ever do Ireland, I got to do it with you.
That'd be a treat. Nothing would be better for me.
I love that. I love that.
Next week, it'll be Corral Buckhalter days until the season starts.
Yeah, love it. All right. Thanks, brother.
All right.
You're the best.
Great seeing you guys. Take care.
There he is, the editor, Pat McClune. Love it. All right, let's take care of some of our business, some of our partners. Empire
Today. So, just like your favorite team, they need a home court field advantage. Your home needs a home floor advantage because everything starts at the floor. At Empire Today, they can help you get it because Empire Today, they got flooring experts, dedicated flooring professionals who focus on flooring every single day. That's all they do. Floors, floors, and floors. Not like the bigger stores where if you find some help, if you're lucky to find some help, they don't know what they're talking about. They're in flooring one day, plumbing another day, lumber, who knows, garden. They have no idea what they're doing about floors. And that's where Empire Today is all the difference in the world because they live and breathe flooring every day, every darn day, every hour. It's all they do. So it's a whole different ball game. And they're experts. They bring the showroom to your house, which is unheard of. You don't have to even leave the house. They bring their digital designer software right to you, and you pick out some flooring samples, take some pictures of the rooms that you want to put the flooring in, and see if you like the way it goes. Does it match? Is the lighting good? If not, change your mind, pick out another sample, see how it goes. And with Empire Today, you get clear, all-inclusive, upfront pricing. And the crazy thing is, if the sample you like is in stock, you can get installation as soon as tomorrow, the next day, because nobody likes to wait. So schedule a free in-home estimate today because some things are just better at home. PHLY listeners, you get $350 discount simply for using the code PHLY. That's right, $350 discount for using the promo code PHLY. Restrictions do apply, so visit empiretoday.com/PHLY for more details. Empire Today.
All right, let's talk about the BetPark Sportsbook online casino app. What's the line tonight? Come on, man.
I got Lions -1.5. The over-under is 32.5. Screaming over because I'm digging into this. I'm going to be supportive. I've been feeling bad. I'm going to be supportive of you guys.
I
don't want to make you feel like an outcast or a weird. I'm going to support you on this.
I have to tell you, Boo, who usually loves you, said VG, bit of a jerk.
I'm trying not to be a bully or a jerk with you. You guys aren't nerds. I take it all back. So here's a trend for you. The last 3 games, Hall of Fame games.
Because I thought you were going to hook VG today. He started out as such a ball breaker. And I wrote, yes, I wanted to slap him.
Well, I'm going to be nice. I'm watching this game, and I'm not lying because now I got to read.
Yeah, I know you're disingenuous.
I swear. I'm going to tell you why I'm watching it. There's a special guest broadcaster coming in. You're looking live. I gotta watch Brent.
Yo, Brent's there.
Brent is getting a Pete Rozelle Hall of Fame award.
The greatest.
Yeah, so I will be tuning in for this.
Brent.
Anyway, the last 3 games.
Brent had the greatest line one day. I was watching. Yeah, I loved him in college.
He's had so many good lines.
So many great lines. But it's like Georgia. I don't know. It was an SEC, Bama, maybe whatever. And I forget the quarterback. But they panned to his
crowd.
The girlfriend.
Yes.
And he said, we say mommy, mothers and father, dad. What's the line? Make your son grow up to be a quarterback.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, have your son grow up to be a quarterback. Oh, it was like perfect, man.
Yeah.
And he got like guff for it.
Yeah, you know.
For going, wow,
people are a
so
little
what?
weird
The girl's
about that
a pretty
stuff.
girl.
Right.
So what?
Right.
Guy's a quarterback.
So last three games.
So lay the Lions.
Last three games are over 37 points. And that includes one that got canceled last year or suspended in the third quarter. So 32.5 seems like a layup.
Over Lions.
You can even tease. I love a good tease. You get the over under 26.5. The
like
Lions
teasers.
plus
Teasers
5.
They're suckers. Sucker bet.
Love a good tease.
That's a sucker bet.
Yeah.
But you can bet teasers on the Bet Park Sportsbook.
You can. You know what else I bet on Bet Sports yesterday? Was the Padres over the Mets. And Linda in the chat was mocking me, telling me how bad lose. So I hope you cash with me, Linda. Darvish goes 7, shuts out the Mets.
Yeah, that's nice, dude. Good job.
Yeah.
You had a good winner there. And then you sent me a note last night that you were going pitch by pitch.
I wasn't going. I was just seeing if we could.
You were like Class A.
They're crazy. The fifth pitch will be over 84.5 miles per hour. Like, that's the kind of bet you can make. Yeah, the sixth pitch will be. And you got to be so rapid fire because the pitch happens within like 20 seconds.
Right, the clock, right. Yeah. Well, that is, you know what's interesting? Now that I think about it, you could actually forecast the pitch. Like, if it's a 2-0, if it's an 0-2 pitch, you know it's going to be a waste breaking ball.
Yes.
So, chances are it's a ball.
Like the one I gave you was Alan Rangel, fifth pitch. Is it going to be 81.95 miles per hour or faster?
What was the count?
Doesn't give you the count.
Well, no. You got to watch. Yeah. You got to be watching the game.
The yes was minus 135. I mean, over 81.96 miles per hour. How are they even getting decimal points like that?
I don't know. That's crazy. Anyway, they have it all. That shows you they have everything on the Bet Park Sportsbook online casino app. They got this thing, BetWire, which has all the info, fun stuff, stats, interesting betting advice, you name it, right on the app, and all the casino games. All your hot slots like Cash Eruption.
That's what I was doing last night, Cash Eruption.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Any eruptions?
No.
No.
Not last night.
They don't have it.
Yeah. I'll be back at it today.
You'll be at it.
Yeah.
And then you got all your live dealer blackjack and you name it, all the fun right there at your fingertips. New customers get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. BetParks.com has all the details. Going to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, time now to go to NovaCare for our daily camp update. Special teams on the docket today. Let's visit with our own Bo Wulf, all PHLY. Good morning, Bo.
Good morning, Cuz. I apologize for the audio here. My AirPods are not working, so I had to walk away from practice, but at least I'm giving you a look at the 2 Lombardi trophies behind me.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, dude, I love looking at that, dude. That's nice. Look at that.
Yeah, I gotta do something for you.
Trophy. Mm-hmm. Love it. That's great. That's a great visual.
It is so humid here today. It is disgusting. I mean, the equipment staff is going to have their work cut out for them with the amount of just disgusting sweat in these jerseys after today's practice.
Well, it's funny. I just checked. I just saw a notification from AccuVinny who said it's going to be 2 to 6 inches of rain today.
What?
Woo.
2 to 6 inches of water?
It feels like it.
Oof.
Yeah, the air's got so much moisture in it, it's going to be ugly later on.
Oh, man. It is gross out here. They haven't even started like actual practice yet. They're still doing warm-ups, and I am already needing a new shirt.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. All right. So what was on the docket, special teams on the docket this morning for the news conferences?
Well, not a ton. We didn't talk to Michael Clay in the spring, so he explained, the decision to move on from Rick Lovato and bring in Charlie Hewitt. Just said that's sort of the nature of the business. He's always going to have love for Rick, who's one of the only, I think, 4 guys who have 2 Super Bowl rings with this Eagles team. But they were ready to move on. Charlie Hewitt has a bit of a bigger body at long snapper. That's something. Obviously, the change to the kickoff rule, the touchback now going back to the 35. He said they haven't figured out exactly what their strategy is going to be there yet, but that's what camp is for, working on that stuff. And then it's sort of like, nuts and bolts stuff. Like, the other day I talked to Fran about this, and Fran was like, I wonder why, when they're doing these individual special teams drills, that Michael Clay wears the he wears the pads on himself to take on the blocks, as opposed to, there's a bunch of assistant coaches who could do that and he could be watching. And so I asked him about that, and he said, well, like, I want to feel the pop. It helps me better evaluate these guys, and it helps me give better teaching points if their hands could be a little bit more outside. And he said, like, he really felt one from Jhoan Campbell the other day where, like, oh, man, he almost knocked me over.
Could you imagine blocking Campbell? What?
Coming at you, like, with full speed? Yeah, I mean, no thanks.
Yeah, I think I got to get my cape and go Olay if I see Campbell coming at me.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I don't ever remember a coach doing that.
Neither do I. And, I got to give the credit to Fran because he's the one who pointed it out. It's like, I wonder why he does that. But Michael Clay, like, one of the great things about Michael Clay is that, he is a young guy, played in college. Like, he is very athletic, and he likes to hang with these guys athletically.
Yeah.
So, I don't think you want Vic Fangio taking on blocks from Jhoan Campbell, but Michael Clay can do it.
Yeah. I feel you, but what other stories? Any other? So it's pretty quiet. Any update on we talked a lot yesterday about the corner position with Dory and what's going on there. Anything else? Out there.
Yeah, it's pretty
quiet.
And it's a little disappointing that since they had a day off yesterday, they're not in pads again today. They're just in tops and regular shorts on the bottom. Injury wise, nobody is back who has been injured. So Zach Vaughn and Andrew Makuba and Devontae Smith, those guys are all still on the sideline. Terrace Marshall and EJ Jenkins have been added to the list of guys not practicing. Terrace Marshall had a good first day of practice when he beat Keely Ringo a couple times and has been pretty quiet since. He had a couple catches the other day before getting injured. I think there were some people who thought he was really pushing for a job as the fourth wide receiver potentially. And actually, Michael Clay talked about how he's been trying to get involved with special teams, even though he hasn't done it over the course of his career. But I'm a little skeptical there. But we'll see. But yeah, I mean, if I'm coming here and leading off the show with the Terrace Marshall situation, it tells you that it's pretty quiet right now.
Yeah. And you know what? Hey, it's a good thing, man. I mean,
that's good.
What's that?
Quiet is very good.
Yeah. Listen, there's a lot of noise going on in Dallas, and you don't want that.
Let me ask you this, cuz. So when the Eagles drafted Jhoan Campbell, Howie Roseman in his press conference said, it reminds me a little bit of Micah, like the way that he was used in college. Like, that's a possibility for him. The other day at the start of camp, Jordan Mailata throws the Micah Parsons comp on Jalix Hunt in just the way he moves. Is my conspiracy theory antenna, is my tinfoil hat too big to think that the Eagles are purposefully needling the Cowboys by continuing to bring up Micah Parsons?
Yes. I think you're spot on, man. I think you're spot on with it. Because,
why not?
Because here's the truth of the matter is, I think he's a terrific inside linebacker. I love the kid. I watched him. I knew about him last year. Obviously, local ties, everything else. But he's better now. He at some point should be able to be good off the edge. But in college, he struggled a little bit against college tackles, right? So, he's
not a refined pass rusher. Yeah, it's all tools.
Right. Like Micah was freakish. I think Jhoan is more of a traditional backer. Like, again, at some point, because he's a great athlete, but he's going to be great at playing in space, great at blitzing from the second level. Like, I think he's going to be elite at that.
I think so, too. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, and linebackers do sometimes take some time because you got to sort of build up your mental vocabulary of things that you've seen in the NFL and just being able to react. But he has the unbelievable physical tools to be maybe a step late and still be an impact player in the defense. I'm very excited to see what Vic does with him and Zach Vaughn on the field together.
Hey, Bo, I mean, as you're probably aware, I'm a big fan of reality, like romance shows and things like that. And I understand that you recently revealed your training camp love interest for this season. And I'm curious if you could inform us who it is and exactly why they won this competition.
Thank you for asking, PG. I appreciate that. It's good to be emotionally vulnerable, and I'm glad to have somebody who cares about that in my life. Thank you. Here's the deal. Every year, there's a down-the-roster player who I can't keep my eyes off of. The heart wants what the heart wants, okay? This is not a prediction that this guy is going to become, an MVP or even make the team. However, the track record is pretty impressive, okay? Who was first on Tanner McKee? Your boy. Who was first? Who invented Reed Blankenship? This guy right here. Like the first week into camp, okay? Stua Opeta, Coyote Awashika, stars of the game, okay? And this is early. There was only one padded practice, but there's a down the roster player, and I've never had a nickel before, and I just could not keep my eyes off of undrafted rookie corner out of Oregon by way of Duke, Brandon Johnson. And he's a little bit undersized. He moves well, and the thing that I really like, the thing that has stood out to me, is that sometimes you can tell, cuz when you're watching a defense, somebody on the defense is reacting a split second before everybody else. And maybe that's a bit of a prerequisite for a nickel in this defense. You got to have your head on a swivel. But Brandon Johnson is seeing things, to me, quicker than the rest of the guys on the third team defense. He's had like 3 reps going up against the ones when they do ones versus threes. He was covering Devontae Smith. The ball didn't go that way. It might not have been designed to go that way, but he didn't look overmatched. I like Brandon Johnson. Is he going to make the team? Probably not. But could he make the practice squad and stick around and carve out an NFL career? Absolutely. And yeah, my eyes are, my sunglasses are fogging up when I look at Brandon Johnson.
The chat is asking for a rose ceremony from you with him.
I'm willing to do it.
No. Let me interject as the quasi editor here at PHLY. I want to see you interview him, and yes. I want you to tell him about your past love interests and tell him you're my pick. I think it's
totally,
I think that's great.
Absolutely on the table.
And I know our man Bob Lang would go for that. So I think we
can make that happen.
I think we got to do it. I want to see it.
That's a great idea.
And we'll play it on my show as well.
You just wait. You just wait for the first preseason game when Brandon Johnson comes flying in off the nickel for a tackle for a loss.
Listen, you got a good eye, dude. Listen, you got a good eye. One of the things I love about our Eagles coverage is the eyes that you have, Franny. Like you guys know what you're looking at. Zachariah, I appreciate that. What's on tap for 2 o'clock today?
You come to enough. This is like training camp. I don't know, 13 or 14 for me or something like that. You come to enough. You see the way guys move. It's like it actually reminds me of something I've heard in the Eagles building about the perception that Howie Roseman is not a football guy and like you wouldn't trust his evaluations. And then the person's like, listen, nobody in this building has evaluated more players over the course of their career than Howie Roseman. He has done it. He has this very long volume of reps. He's actually one of our best evaluators. And so, I'm not saying I'm Howie Roseman. I'm just saying that like the more you watch, the more you see.
I'm with you. I agree with you. Mm-hmm. I think you're right there. What's on tap at 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock, me and Zach telling you what happened in practice. We'll see if our shirts are completely see-through or not by then. But we got good stuff to talk about.
I love you having a wet golf shirt contest.
I know. I might need to swing home and get a new one.
All right. Good stuff, my brother. We'll be watching it too, buddy. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Here he is, Bo Wulf.
You see the woman behind him? She's like fanning herself, just standing there. She's under the tent in the shade.
In the 10 minutes he was on, he was just dripping wet.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's no way I'd want to be out there today.
It's nasty out there.
Yeah.
No, and they're calling for whatever it is later on today. Be careful.
Yeah, I just got an alert or something from the governor. Shapiro's tweeting out, like, be careful with all the flooding they're expected across the state.
Yeah, if it's 2 to 6 inches of rain.
2 inches is
6 inches
a
of
mess.
rain is
6
outrageous.
I mean, I don't even know what that is.
It's going to be a
wanna know.
swamp here.
I mean, I don't know what that is.
Going to need a boat.
Anyone with a basement is cringing right now.
Oh, man. Actually,
dude.
thanks for saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I remember when I was on Rodman Street. Oh my! There was a slope, right? So every once in a while, there was some sort of opening, like leak or whatever.
Yeah.
And the water was gushing in.
Oh, dude.
I mean,
so stressful.
It was like crazy. It was one of these crazy storms. I think it was a big one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Sandy or whatever. I had to go. My buddy Marco.
Yeah.
Right. So Marco had a sump pump.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm driving. He goes, buddy, don't worry about it. He's like a hero.
Yeah.
We went to his storage unit, got the sump pump, drove to my house. Trees are falling. Look, I was driving on Pine Street. Tree was about to fall. It was unbelievable. We narrowly missed it. We're like driving like that.
It's like
crazy.
a video game.
It was. And the next thing you know, we had it in the basement. He's like, buddy, we'll fix it. Don't worry about it. But it was.
Oh, that's a godsend.
It was 3 inches of water. And I lived in a Trinity, right? So
yeah,
the
I'm in a
was
Trinity, yeah.
The
My
kitchen's
kitchen,
in
yeah.
the basement.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just had to put a sump pump in mine because I had water was starting to come in. There's so
it's the
much water
worst.
anymore.
The
Yeah.
closet got all the stuff got ruined.
Yeah.
It was awful. But be careful because, that Wissahickon Creek floods, like all that stuff.
Cars just go moving in the water.
Yeah, man. Watch yourself. Just watch yourself.
Yeah, don't try and drive through any large puddles or pools of water.
No, you
Hydroplane. Yeah, stay away, please.
Yeah. All right. Couple things. Let's take care of some business. Then we go to Franny for some football. I'm going to do right now, before you talk about Teeth, let's do Parks.
Okay.
All right? I want to talk about our friends at Parks Casino. Pennsylvania's #1 casino is Parks Casino. Yes. They have all the great acts. They have the Excite Center, right? So this Excite Center is really cool. It's a great intimate place to watch a concert, comedy. They have all the restaurants that you want. So Parks Grill Steakhouse, Bamboo Noodle House, Chickies and Pete's. Like, it's just great stuff there. We love our music. Here's who's rocking the Excite Center at Parks Casino. Just announced Friday, December 19th, Aaron Lewis, Stained.
It's been a while since I could hold my head up high.
It's been a while
since I first saw you.
September the 6th, September 20th, September 6th, UB40.
Red wine.
September 20th, Australian Pink Floyd.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell?
September 26th, the Revivalists.
Wish I knew you when I was young. We could have got so high.
Saturday, October 4th, Kansas.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done.
Friday, October 10th, the Psychedelic Furs with Gary Newman.
Isn't she pretty in pink? You're not like, you don't feel like,
No.
I don't know, with that song and that movie from back in the day?
I hated that movie.
We hated Pretty in Pink.
Why would you like that movie? So not a good movie. So not our kind of movie. October 24th, Everclear.
I am still living with your ghost, lonely and dreaming of the West Coast.
Saturday, October 25th, Queen, almost Queen.
We are the champions, my friends.
Boom, boom.
And we'll keep on fighting till the end.
I love the Skater Joey chiming in. Saturday, November 15th, Bill Murray's Blood Brothers. Bill Murray, yes, that Bill Murray. Tickets at parkscasino.com. Got to be 21, gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. Now let's talk about your teeth.
Yeah, let's talk about our teeth. Because, your smile says a lot about you. So let's introduce you to the team that helps you say exactly what you want with your smile. Meet the Do That Dental Group. This is the team trusted to care for one of our city's greatest assets, our Philadelphia Eagles. Now entering their 5th season as the official dentist of the Philadelphia Eagles, Dr. D and his team, they've proudly served Philadelphia and its fans for over 20 years, and they do it all. They do robotics implant surgeries. They'll help you with Invisalign and veneers, emergencies, so much more. I mean, they do it all. They're locally owned and operated. Dr. D, proud graduate of North Penn High School and Temple University School of Dentistry. His commitment to the health and confidence of our community, well, it runs deep. So whether you're an MVP or a lifelong fan, this is the team that you want caring for your smile. Check them out, PhiladelphiaEaglesDentist.com. Once again, PhiladelphiaEaglesDentist.com, and discover how you can smile like the birds or smile like an eagle. Check them out. Do That Dental. PhiladelphiaEaglesDentist.com.
Joey, let our World Cup people in. Yeah. Perfect, because 11 o'clock we do our World Cup update, as we do every Thursday. All right, now joining us to talk some ball. Love it. Our man, Franny Films, Fran Duffy. Good morning, Franny.
What's going on, guys? I'm not out at NovaCare this morning, but we're getting some film in between practices.
Well, yeah, you need to be doing some film. Yeah, out there to see it. What's that shirt?
Oh, we got the
O-line
Mastermind shirt today. Woo!
I thought that was a ballsy
right.
shirt.
Oh yeah, this was honestly, I've missed the last two because it always coincides. They always do it the same weekend in July, and the last two just happened to coincide with trips that we were making family wise. So I've missed the last two, but that is one of my favorite events to go to every year. Duke Manyweather, obviously Lane Johnson having such a big deal with getting that off the ground. That event is awesome. I've been a handful of times.
Yeah, it's great. It really is. All right. Let's go. Let's start off. I'm going to do a little league stuff with you today, too. Go around some camps. But let's start with the Eagles. Guys that have caught your eye. Today we know who Bo likes. Bo has a crush. Let me get your trained eye on who has really caught it right now this early in camp.
Yeah, I would say relative what to my preconceived notions were on the player, or maybe just what the expectations are coming in. I mean, I would say that Moro Ojomo has really moved the needle this year. And I was very high on Moro Ojomo when the Eagles drafted him in the 7th round. I thought this was a guy that very easily you're taking him 4th round, 3rd round, that type of physical talent, that type of profile. So when they got him in the 7th round, I loved that value a couple years ago. He's been nothing but impressive in the small sample that we've seen so far here in Eagles Green, but he has very much looked the part that he can step into Milton Williams' role and continue to ascend. So to me, I would say that the number one guy that comes to mind when you ask me that, Ant, I would say it's Moro Ojomo. I'm excited to see what he can do here in year number 3.
Now, the flip side, he's been going up against Steen. How do you evaluating him so far?
That's the troubling part when it comes to training camp, right? When one guy makes a good play, I mean, someone else is making a bad play. I think that Yeah, if I were to line those guys up one-on-one, before coming into camp, I would say, yeah, Ojomo's the better player, and I would expect him to win the majority of those matchups when they are one-on-one. It has seemed to be the case so far, but yeah, that's going to be one of those things that once we get to Cleveland joint practice here in a couple weeks, maybe that sheds a little bit more light on the state of Tyler Steen and kind of what he looks like. That's one of the best parts about joint practice.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, let's go division by division a little bit, all right? And kind of we'll start at home in the NFC East. Obviously, trouble in Dallas is the big story in the East. So let's start with the Cowboys and what you're hearing.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is just the health of this offensive line. You know, Robert Jones, who they were planning to be their sixth man, he's going to be out for a definite amount of time here. And then Tyler Guyton, they avoided disaster in terms of him missing the season.
Yeah,
but,
they were worried. When I saw the Guyton injury, I'm like, oh, my God. But they lost, and you don't root for that stuff, so it's good.
No question. And hey, look, they were, they were happy to hear that it was just a broken bone in his kneecap, and it's like, man, you don't hear often. Oh yeah, we're happy that it's just a broken bone in his kneecap. This was a guy that was really inconsistent last year. Their first round pick in the 2024 draft out of Oklahoma. He was a raw, underdeveloped offensive tackle who really was only a 1-year starter in college, and so you were expecting that it was going to be a little bit of a bumpy road early, and it was last year. But they were hoping that he could kind of ascend and really kind of raise the floor and raise the ceiling of that offense this year. So the fact now that he's going to miss all of training camp and maybe get ready for the start of the regular season, if not, it'll be a late start for him. Remember, it's a new offense. Brian Schottenheimer being elevated to head coach, Clayton Adams coming over from the Arizona Cardinals to be the offensive coordinator. So these are very valuable reps that he is missing here this summer. That to me, that's going to have an impact on that offense early.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Any movement on the contract issues?
Yeah, I mean, everyone kind of expects that this the Micah Parsons thing is it's going to happen at some point. They're going to pay him, and that's what makes the whole thing silly. The longer they wait, the higher the price tag goes. We know how this, especially when you're talking about a player like Parsons, like. You're going to pay Micah Parsons. Just pay Micah Parsons before TJ Watt gets paid, before all these other guys are able to get paid. That's one of the things the Eagles have always done so well with their stars. If you want to wait on the TJ Edwardses, on the Reed Blankenships, you want to wait on the starters who are valuable players that you want to have on your team, I get it, because you're trying to let that contract kind of play out, make sure that the situation plays out. But the guys that the A.J. Browns, the Devontae Smiths, don't even let it get to this point. And that's where Dallas, year after year, we're having this conversation. Last year it was CeeDee Lamb. The year before that it was Dak Prescott. It was Trayvon Diggs. The guys when you're tipping out the top of the market, just get the deal done. Pay the guy and move on with your life.
Like, not only are you causing a little tension with your star player, but how much money is he costing himself? When he was eligible to be first extended, it's got to be the price of that position's got to be $10 million more a year than it would have been 2 years ago. No question. And that's why, if you're the player, if you're even if Micah Parsons, knock on wood again, because we don't root for this kind of stuff. If Micah Parsons, got hurt and was out for this season, and he hits the open market, he's still going to break the bank. It's like Dak Prescott got that huge deal after he broke his leg and had that nasty leg injury, right? Some guys, no matter what, they're going to get paid. And so if you're going to bet on yourself, you go the Kirk Cousins angle when he was in Washington. You play on 2 tags, and then you go and you break the market signing with the Minnesota Vikings. Those guys are going to get paid regardless. So just pay. You pay the contract and get out from underneath it and move on and avoid all this drama.
Oh yeah, I gotta tell you, the Eagles. You were talking about a sacrificial lamb coming in on the opening night. I'm still shocked that the league thought that was a good idea.
We haven't. I mean, the last time we saw it was the pickle juice game, right? Obviously, in terms of Eagles Cowboys Week 1, we've got a couple weeks before we really start sinking our teeth into that matchup. But that's going to be fascinating for a number of reasons on both sides of the ball.
I know. All right, Washington. What are you hearing down there?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is obviously another contract dispute. And this one is a little bit different with Terry McLaurin. I think when you're looking at McLaurin, just because of his age and where he's going to kind of slot in you're not talking about someone who's going to break the market. He's not getting the Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson type of money. It's a little bit trickier. And I would have said a week ago, yep, look, pay the guy. He's been a good soldier. He's a really good player. You need him because your receiver depth is not great right now. You have all this goodwill that you built last year. You want to keep that positive momentum rolling. You invested in all these veterans. You go out and you trade for Tunsil and Lattimore and Deebo Samuel. You don't want something like this to hang you up. But then you look at the contract that Courtland Sutton got from the Denver Broncos this year, and it's a little bit lower than what the expectations were, and it's lower than what I think Terry McLaurin was asking for. And when you compare their profiles from a statistical standpoint, from an age profile standpoint, that's more, I think, what Washington is pointing to. McLaurin's people are like, yeah, but DK Metcalf, who I have outperformed, the Steelers gave him, exponentially more money on an APY standpoint, an average per year. So I think when you're looking at it, that Cortland Sutton deal, it honestly may have helped Washington in terms of trying to get this deal done and say, hey, look, I know this is what you want. We're offering here. You want to be up at this tier. Let's get this done. So I do think that this McLaurin deal is going to happen. He's in camp now. I think that at some point that's going to get done. But again, another player that's missing valuable reps right now.
All right, and the Giants. Apparently, they look pretty good defensively. I heard somebody was telling me that their defense could be decent. And then, of course, they announced Russ as the starter. We'll see how long that goes until Jackson Dart takes over.
It's one of those things, though, where the defense looks good. Does that mean the offense? What does that mean about the offense?
Yes.
Yes. That's going to be the big concern for this team, and it's a tough road for them early on this year. So that's going to be fascinating to see how that plays out.
Dude, you brought this up. Do you have? I was just looking at their schedule the other day.
It's not good. It's not favorable.
The Giants' schedule is unbelievably tough. Here's what you got. Just because this will be fun. You start off with Washington, right?
Yep. Probably a loss.
Then you got at Dallas.
Yep.
Home Kansas City. Home Chargers. At New Orleans. All right.
Hoping
Eagles,
for a win there. Yep.
At Denver. Eagles. Home Niners. At Chicago. Home Packers. At Detroit. At New England. Home Washington. Home Vikings. At the Raiders. Home Cowboys. I mean, I don't see 3 wins on that scale. I got
That's tough. That's tough, man.
Right.
The schedule makers did them. I mean, look, you have to play. You got to play. Right. It's not like the NFL did them dirty, but I think when you're looking at this right now for the Giants, they're going to need some of these bets they made offensively to really hit. Obviously, you're betting on Russell Wilson to hopefully find a little bit of magic there, but that's I think it's going to be tough sledding for that group.
He's also, speaking of schedules, the Steelers' schedule's pretty nasty too. Like, I don't know how they make the playoffs.
Tomlin always finds a way to at least get them to respectability. Obviously, he has yet to have a losing record, but you're counting a lot on Aaron Rodgers continuing to be, honestly, like an anomaly. We have not seen, other than Tom Brady, we have not seen quarterbacks play that late into their career and play full seasons and play winning football. So I think when you're looking at it, they are really leaning on Rodgers to raise the floor of that offense, and then count on the defense, to continue to try and carry that football team.
Here you go. You ready? Here's their schedule. At the Jets, home Seattle, at New England, home Minnesota, home Cleveland, at Cincinnati, home Green Bay, home Colts, at the Chargers, home Bengals, at Chicago, home Buffalo, at Baltimore, home Dolphins, at Detroit, at Cleveland, home Baltimore. That's a tough schedule, man.
Yeah, that schedule to me feels very reminiscent to what we've seen from the Steelers in recent years, where I could see them going 3-0.
Yes.
I could see them going 4-2.
Yes,
5-3.
Yep.
Then you flip it the other side, and then they're going 2-6 down the stretch. That's what that schedule feels like to me.
Exactly.
Feels like 8 and 9, because I'm like, I figured that division is always like within 3 points division games. So 3-3 in their division if they're lucky, and then they beat Jets, Seattle, Patriots, Colts, Miami, maybe. Then it gets them to 8 wins. That's about it.
I know. No, I feel you, and that's if you're counting on beating Baltimore once.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Split with Baltimore, split with Cincinnati. You win the games you're going to win. That gets you to 8 wins.
Yeah. Let's go out real quick. Let's go out west, because I'm curious what you think of the NFC West. I was having this conversation yesterday on a national program about the West. Listen, you love the Rams because you love their front seven. The issue with Stafford, again, he's dinged now, and you can't afford to lose him.
Yeah, from what I understand with the Stafford situation, this is like a maintenance. We know he's an older quarterback, knows the offense. Like we're not worried about what he's going to be. It's just let's just take care of him and put him on ice until we get to September. They have always been extremely conservative during training camp, during preseason. They don't play anybody when you get to preseason football, and so I think when you look at it, I think that's the way that they're kind of handling this. I do think that this is a situation that could go either way. It is a little bit of a house of cards situation when you look at. Obviously, it's an older quarterback. It's a running back with Kyron Williams, who has faced a lot of volume over the last couple of years. An offensive line that doesn't have great proven depth, but also has faced with injury issues. Alaric Jackson has been dealing with, I think it's a blood clot issue, and that's why he has not been on the practice field. Now, there's been some positive reports in the last couple of weeks that say that he could be back, but if he's not out there, all right, now you're working with a backup left tackle with an older, immobile quarterback who's also facing some ailments. The rest of the offensive line, there's some youth, but some interchanging parts and trying to figure out what's the right combination that we want there. You have an older receiver in Devontae Adams. Obviously, Puka has been outstanding, but he's also dealt with injury issues over the course of not just his NFL career, but going back to college at BYU. And so I do think that there's a lot of variance here with the Rams and how things could play out. I think if you told me, hey, you know what, 6 months from now, that's going to be the number 2 offense in football and points per game and EPA and every metric that you want to look at. Or you could say the bottom really fell out, they couldn't stay healthy, and then the defense just could not carry the team, and they won 6 games. You could tell me that story.
Yeah, I'm betting on the latter. I don't see it. Now the Niners' schedule's easy.
Yes.
So they're going to rack up wins.
But it's another one where, like, all right, is Christian McCaffrey healthy? All positive reports point to him being healthy. Obviously, we're not going to have Ayuk to start the season. It doesn't look like. There's been contract, like this is another team where it's just like it feels like every summer there's always some kind of contract talks. Juwan Jennings now saying that he's not happy. He wants to be paid like a number 1 wide receiver. They drafted Ricky Pearsall in the first round last year. Obviously, his rookie year got off to that rough start after he was shot during the summer. Now even coming back, now he's a little bit dinged up coming off the spring. And so what is he going to look like? I do think that there's a lot up in the air. I do think that defense will be better this year. They bring in Robert Saleh. He returns to be as the defensive
I expect their D to be better. I do.
Yeah, they invested in the defensive line heavy early on in the draft, and so I do think that defense probably takes a step up. But they moved on from players in the back 7 as well. So I do think that there's going to be a little bit of give and take there. At the end of the day, I think this is a playoff team because of the schedule that you mentioned. They get enough pieces back. I think that even if you don't have Ayuk, if McCaffrey misses a handful of games, as long as he doesn't miss the whole season, if McCaffrey misses 2 to 3 games, I think that'll be enough to get them into the postseason for sure.
And here's the other thing. I look at that division and, first of all, I think the clock strike at midnight on the quarterback in Seattle, all right? And not just because what we saw at the end of the year, but a rainy, cold, young offensive line.
Offensive line is the big concern, no question.
I mean, I don't see him having that success.
Yeah, and to me, that's the biggest thing is Sam Darnold. If you can keep him in a situation where it's like clean and well defined, I think he can go out and execute your offense. Kevin O'Connell last year. Kevin O'Connell is one of the best, play designers, game plan orchestrators in football right now. The way that he consistently finds success in the pass game, he is up in that A tier. I think Clint Kubiak did a really good job in New Orleans last year. We talked about that before that game, and then injuries really derailed that group. But he's not on that. He's not on that tier with Kevin O'Connell and that offensive line.
And you're right on. Hang on 1 second, Franny. Yeah. We're in overtime, baby. Yep. OT, overtime in the city. Overtime. Yeah, you're spot on.
Yeah, and look, when Darnold has pressure in his face, when he's dealing with a muddy pocket, from that interior, that's when things start to derail for him. And honestly, that's the weak point right now for that Seattle offensive line. They go out and they spend a first-round pick on Grace Abel, who is a good player, one of my favorite players in this draft. But I don't know that you can pin all of your hopes on a rookie from an FCS school.
I agree. And then lastly, the Cardinals. I don't respect because Kyler, I just still have question about, are you dedicated to the craft, man? Like, you got ability. but are you dedicated to the craft? I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that we kind of know at this point, like Kyler has outstanding moments. The highs are really, really impressive. The ability is there, but I think that at the end of the day, and this is not a bad. This is a player that you can win with, but I don't know that he's going to be the guy you win because of on a consistent basis.
Yes.
But there's pieces around him. I think that Drew Petzing, their offensive coordinator, does a really nice job in terms of keeping that as a very efficient offense. I am interested to see what Marvin Harrison Jr. looks like in year 2. Do they get a little bit more creative in his usage and not just, hey, you know what?
McBride.
Yeah, McBride's a good player, but that's the thing is like you drafted Marvin Harrison in the top 5 and he essentially became like, all right, we're going to line him up outside and have him do a lot of cardio running vertical routes. Like, let's get him involved and let him be the focal point a little bit here. Take some of that volume away from McBride and see if you can create some explosives here with Harrison. I do expect that run game to continue to ascend. The big thing will be defensively, do they have enough talent? And they drafted all defense this past year. They drafted a lot of defense last year, but those guys haven't been able to stay healthy. And so now you come into this year, Walter Nolan can't get on the field. He's got a hamstring injury from the spring. I love Walter Nolan, but those guys, again, they have not been able to consistently stay healthy. Their first-round pick last year, Darius Robinson, barely played because of injury. B.J. Ojolari, who they drafted in the second round the year before, tore his ACL last year, so he didn't play. If they can get all these guys on the field, there's a lot of talent and there's a lot of intrigue around that scheme. But I think when you look at it, they got to stay healthy right now in Arizona on that defense.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, last thing. You're a great sportsman. Phils get their closer. All morning we're celebrating Duran and that entrance. What are your thoughts?
Excited. I think that, look, Mickey Abel was a good story. I was excited about that. But I think when you're looking at what Duran can bring, I am excited about what this bullpen. We know that the bullpen just let this team down last year in the postseason. And so I had high hopes a year ago about that group. But now when you throw in Alvarado coming back, you got Kirkering, and then you pair that with Duran.
Wait, 1 second. We got breaking news. I see eyes.
Jeff Passan. The San Diego Padres are acquiring starter J.P. Sears and closer Mason Miller from the A's. Holy shnikes.
They got Miller?
Yes.
The Padres?
Yes. The number 1 bullpen in baseball.
Oh,
but there's talk that they're going to convert him to a starter.
Miller?
Yes.
Whoa.
I was reading that earlier.
Not now, so you're not going to do it now.
Probably not for the season.
No, you can't.
That's the long range
Stretch
plan. Yeah.
No.
That's nuts. Miller to the Padres?
No word on what they gave up yet.
That's bizarre. Yeah, I'm with you. You brought up the roles in the bullpen, Franny, and that's what excites me, right? Because now all of a sudden they slot into who they are, right? Kirkering and Strahm are 8th inning guys, 7th and 8th inning guys. I got it covered. Depending on what lefties are coming up in the lineup, right? I got it covered. And then you push back and you got Robertson as your lefty specialist in the 6th inning. You need a guy to come in or whatever. And now, I don't know about you, but my plan for the rotation is I would have Wheeler, Sanchez, Luzardo, Nola, or Painter, depending on what, if Nola's there, and have Ranger as my guy to back up 3 and 4. Like, so if Luzardo runs in trouble like he's been doing at times, I got Ranger. If not, he's got great stuff, and he can go 6 and give you 6 or 7 with a great outing. I don't want to lose that possibility, and he's lost out of the pen. That would be a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, I think that at the end of the day, when I look at this team, I've got so much faith in the rotation. I'm hoping with this deal that, all right, I feel good about the bullpen. It's just going to be it's going to be the bats, man. Like, do I feel good enough about this lineup? And you get into October where it doesn't fall flat, and it starts to feel, I remember and we are all too familiar with this feeling in this city, not just with this team, but with all of our teams, going back, 30, 40 years, right? Like I didn't see a championship until the '08 Phillies. In my entire life, I was born in 1986. I didn't see a championship. And so often You have that exciting, like that build up, that this is going to be the team. You know, the Legion of Doom Flyers. That was the first one that I like felt like so strong about as a young fan, as a young sports fan, where it's like, oh, and then you get there and it doesn't work against the Red Wings. Then you fall short again. You lose to the Rangers. You lose to the Devils. And it's like, man, like now we got to get a reset. You keep hitting your head against the wall. That's what I'm worried about with this team. If the lineup doesn't come through, and you have Schwarber getting ready to hit free agency, and you have all these other guys getting ready to hit free agency, I'm just worried that like if it doesn't break through this year, what does this team look like here when we go into 2026?
No, you're right, because look, you got question at third base, you got a question at second base.
Yeah,
you need to resign the catcher. That has to be, and your whole outfield needs to be redone.
Right, and so like, and that's one of the things. So I just worry if it's not now. What is the construct of this team? Now, Duran is controlled through next year. So I think the bullpen you feel good about. Obviously, the rotation you feel great about going into next year. But what is this lineup? Which the lineup was what we got so much juice about when they first came through in 2021 and 2022. That was what carried this team. Can they get some of that magic back? We all know that all they need to do is just get hot when you get to October.
That's it. Very Franny Phils, man. He's a sportsman. He's 4-for-4 guy.
Yeah, everyone here is a 4-for-4.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
We love it. My brother, what's on tap for you?
I'm watching Tennessee, Florida right now. So I'm watching a couple Florida offensive linemen. We got getting ready for college football, getting for the draft.
Dude, Florida's sneaky. They're going to be good this year.
Yeah, they got. I like some of the defensive players I've watched for Florida earlier this summer. These offensive linemen are okay. They're solid players, but they've got some skill talent as well. They got a young quarterback, DJ Lagway. So a lot to like here, certainly from this group.
Oh, we're gonna have some fun doing some college, you and I, man. I'm already like I'm chomping. I'm bending his ear. I can't wait.
You know that.
Thanks, buddy.
Couple weeks away.
You're the best.
See you, Franny.
Appreciate it, guys.
Franny Films.
So
and Duffy.
The A's are receiving shortstop Leodalis DeVries, a number 3 overall prospect in baseball, and 3 pitchers from the Padres. I got to say, if they're trading Mason Miller, hello, Rooker. They got to be open for business right now. They're getting rid of Miller. You might as well pitch him an offer.
He's going to cost you.
Yeah.
He's going to cost you Painter or...
I think you get him for Crawford and some other stuff.
Well, they go Crawford.
And they need pitching prospects.
I know.
Well, not Painter, but
I know, but they're going to want.
Yeah.
You ain't getting for Griff McGarry.
No, you're not.
I mean,
you're not getting for Griff
Rooker.
McGarry.
I don't think that they're going to move away from Rooker because I think they like the power that they have. They have a ton of power everywhere.
It's just crazy to give. I mean, Moisey Chassé, I give him up. He's like, what, 8th in the Phillies pipeline?
It really is strange because they have a very bright future with that team. I don't know why they would get rid of
People
Miller.
love Gene Cabrera. He had another big game yesterday, I think. I mean, he's the 8th or 9th prospect.
I love how you're trying to talk the A's into it. I'm
dude.
GM. I'd say no. All right. It's Thursday. We love our World Cup Thursdays. And Allison, come on down. Allison Grove, who is our Director of Operations and Strategic Partnerships. Allison, we get to visit with you. How are you? Come on down. Come sit right here. Yes. How are you? It's good to see you.
How long has it been?
Yes, it's
been
our
way too long.
Yeah.
It's like our anniversary.
I
think it's 25 years.
That's right. It's so good to see you. I'm so excited about this whole thing. I mean, this is Allison, what you guys are doing is amazing. I mean, with you and Meg and what's happening, it's so much fun. Club World Cup was a rousing success.
Rousing success and a real glimpse.
So
of what's
walk right
coming.
into that. Yeah.
Real glimpse of what is coming. I think it really woke people up.
Well, you know what was cool is the influx of people, right? We saw a lot of fans all over the world come in. We got to see how they fan, which is so cool, right?
Right? Eagles fans, you are the best, but soccer fans are they take it up a notch.
They do. It's so cool. I got to tell you, we've been talking about VG's a fan of the Dutch.
Yeah, I'm waiting. Yeah. I'm lobbying to be the Dutch ambassador when they come here. Hopefully, yeah.
Okay. I've been meeting with the Dutch a lot.
Have
I
you?
can make that
Oh,
intro.
if you can make that happen, like Amsterdam's one of my favorite places in the world, and I love orange. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, we can do.
Do you know that they are known for having one of the longest fan parades?
Yes, I want to lead that down Broad Street. Yes,
Like, how
yes.
cool is
know,
that?
right?
Right? Like,
Yes.
once the draw happens, I can't wait because we're going to have like so many things, like all the different countries. It's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And then we'll know.
Right.
We'll know who's coming.
I got to root for
Fingers
the
crossed for the
Italians. I
Dutch.
mean,
Yeah, I know.
I got it.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
we do, there are a number of countries we'd love to have here, but we'll take them all. We'll take any.
Yeah.
So what have you been doing? So you meet with each of the potential countries to talk, like,
They actually come to us. That is not a part of the plan, but they come in advance. They want to know and understand Philadelphia. They want to understand our plans. They want to figure out if their country is coming here or if their fans are coming here, how they can work with us and make it a seamless experience.
oh, how cool. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
It's really fun.
Right? Like this is how's this project? You've done so many of these kinds of projects. How's this one ranked for you?
Jewel in the crown.
Yeah.
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 Better than the Harry Potter Festival,
Better
which I
than
read
the
that you did. I was like, Harry Potter Festival.
Oh, no, Allison.
Yeah.
Allison's done it all. All right.
yeah.
She's terrific.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
work together. We used to do all kinds of stuff together.
Nice.
Yep. We
Yeah,
met
you-
during the RNC.
Yes. Yes.
Back
Yeah.
coaching.
Yeah.
Brings
Yeah.
the world together.
Yes.
Yeah.
You've done RNC, DNC, you've done the Pope, right?
Yep.
You're all over it.
And Harry Potter.
And Harry
And
Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but this is really the dream event. I think not just for me, for Philadelphia. It doesn't get any better than this.
So one of the things that you oversee too that is going to be the volunteer program.
Yes.
And that is vital. That is a big deal. In fact, it's never too early to talk about this because we need really sharp people. We need volunteers to show our city to make us look good.
That's right. And you know what? With all of those events that you've talked about, I think Philadelphia always shows up.
Yes.
I will say hands down, we are known for our volunteers and the welcome and the knowledge of our city and the desire to help. We do have to remind people when they're dealing with people from out of town and especially from out of the country, don't tell them to take the Schuylkill. Because
Right,
we have to
right.
retrain them on our Philadelphia language. That's a big part of it. But no, so we're looking to deploy about 3,000 volunteers over the 40 days. And every one of those volunteers will go through a real process. So this is really different. You know, the RNC, DNC, Papal, those were 3-4 day events. This is a 40-day event. So we'll start recruiting in August, training in October, screening in between then. Training will take months. Then they get a really cool uniform, a 10-piece Adidas World Cup kit. That
That's awesome.
Hey.
Yeah. And then they will be the ambassadors and the greeters and the direction givers and the assistants for the World Cup throughout the tournament.
So where will you deploy them? So obviously at we start the airport, right? Like first things first when
Big
they come
transit
in.
hubs, airport, 30th Street Station, I think is going to be huge given where the matches are along the East Coast. Big transit hubs, obviously the stadium, last mile, fan festival, the last mile to fan festival. And then we'll look for those heavily concentrated areas. We know that these visitors are going to want to see the Liberty Bell and Independence Hall. We know they're going to want to see Love Park. We know they're going to want to see Rocky.
Right. Right.
So we'll have fans and volunteers and fans together in all of those areas.
Well, one of the things that Meg Kane and I were talking about is we both believe that Philadelphia will be one of the bigger hubs because, you could stay here because, New York is completely different. It's North Jersey. So you would make Philadelphia your place, your hub to stay.
Exactly.
You have Boston, you even have Toronto. So it's actually a good spot to kind of hole up.
Totally. And here's a fun fact. So right now, while the volunteer applications won't open officially until August, right now, especially coming off of Club World Cup, there is an opportunity to express your interest. So to pre-register for volunteering. And FIFA's keeping track of all those numbers. We have a really, not shockingly, like a really good, strong number so far, but 50% of the people who've registered interest to volunteer in Philadelphia are from outside of the country.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, they're choosing Philly.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and we are the number 3 city of all host cities for selection to volunteer.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
I
fantastic.
know, isn't that cool?
Yes.
So are there like can retired people do any age limits as far as can elderly retired people do it? Yeah.
Of course. The minimum requirement is you have to be 18.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. I mean, if I was retired, I'd be all.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
gosh,
it's
yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No, you're involved. Like this event is going to be unparalleled to anything we've seen in Philadelphia ever.
It really is. And thank God we had Club World Cup because we've been telling people that, but I'm not sure if you haven't been to a World Cup or if you don't follow international soccer, you're like, yeah, but we host Dallas Eagles every year.
Right.
We can handle anything.
Right.
And then I think people really saw, oh, this is a little different. Now take that glimpse and just, multiply it by 100.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, I mean, these things are because you're dealing with the world. Like we're all NFL and obviously, right, football, but that's just our country.
Right. Yeah. No,
we're
this
talking
is
about
global.
all over the world.
Exactly.
It's a massive, massive thing.
It's the biggest sporting event in the world. I mean, it literally is.
So what other aspects are your initiatives that you personally will be overseeing?
Well, with the volunteer program, we did have a big announcement this week. We have a volunteer center, which we've announced is going to be at the Fashion District.
Oh, yes.
Market.
That's a great idea to put it there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really,
because that's a great part of town.
Exactly.
You could commandeer it.
Yep.
Right? You need the space, and
it's easy to get to from anywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we really think East Market, if we've got people going to, the historic district, then to Love Park, then to visit Rocky, then to Lemon Hill for Fan Festival, that's the route.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we want to make sure that route is lively, engaged, and activated. And that's a huge anchor for that.
Yes.
We also want to make sure, we want to show Philadelphia what East Market can be again.
I was talking to David Edelman about this, for forever. Like, and listen, I ultimately, I love what's going to happen in South Philadelphia with all the stadiums and rebuilt the whole thing, which is great. But I want to see something on the east side of Market Street. Growing up here, like from here, that was always a vibrant part of town.
Exactly. Yeah. And it should be again. And it can be again. So we're hoping that this sparks a little bit of excitement there. So the volunteer program, the volunteer center, raising a lot of money. Does anyone have any money?
Right.
A lot of money.
Right.
But
we're working on some big, heavy sponsors.
Yeah, exactly.
Meg and I are on the
I
paper.
heard. Yeah, we're chasing those dollars down, but also really working with all of our partners on 2026, in totality. So working with Philly 250 and the Convention Visitors Bureau and MLB and Welcome America. And, 26, the summer of 26 is going to be incredible, but 2026 is the whole year, right?
Yeah.
It's the 50th anniversary of the Rocky movie.
In fact, our friend Mike Silsky from the Inquirer is writing a book on Rocky and the whole making of the movie. So it's a whole thing. What's going to happen next summer is I believe that cities become in vogue, right? Like, if you remember when the World Cup was in Brazil, like Rio, and like all of a sudden Rio became like the story of the world. People started going down and telling the story of Rio de Janeiro, right? Cities become cool. Like they have these, Atlanta went through like its popular period, right? Like you see it. It could be Olympics. It could be World Cup, whatever. Well, next year is our turn.
Well, think about it. There's literally no other World Cup host city that has everything we have going on.
Right. All-Star game for NBA, the golf tournament. So the U.S. Open's going to be here.
Yep.
We have all the
50th. This is really where it all started.
Exactly.
Let's be honest.
No, it's our shit. Bleep Boston.
Exactly.
It's about us.
It is. We own it. We're gonna kill it. So we've got it all. We have a July 4th match.
Yes, which is amazing. We have NCAA tournament regionals. We have, it's good.
US Open. We have a golf match.
Yeah, with golf.
PGA Championship, one of those two.
Yeah.
We also have the Fields Medal, which is the largest, the most significant medal given out to mathematicians. So if you think about Good Will Hunting,
Yes.
and
That's
the
going
Are you
on?
serious?
that takes place every 4 years.
Really?
Gonna
I
be
did
the
not know that.
mathematicians are coming.
Where's
Awesome.
that at? Like the convention center?
Yeah.
Wow.
When is that?
We're told that they rival soccer fans in their fandom for math.
Wait. They have like,
Oh, that's awesome.
are there teams?
That's
Mathematician teams
No,
come and
no, no,
compete?
no.
no.
It's
It's
all
like
about math.
convention.
Oh,
But that award's only given out every 4 years.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
wow.
big deal.
All right.
Yeah.
So when is
forget?
when is it? You know?
I don't know the exact date. I can
Yeah.
tell you that.
That's wild.
It's wild. It's gonna. Philadelphia is on fire, like in a good way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact,
Could be
I'm
amazing.
working on a TV series, and it takes place in 1976.
Oh,
So, in fact, the pilot is the Mummers Parade from June 1st, 1976.
oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
it's weaved
Get
into
to
it.
the whole bicentennial.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gangsters and Rizzo and the
Oh.
whole thing.
I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, but it's all about Philadelphia, and because I'm fascinated by, I love our city, right? The reason why I decided to come home from New York and make this my career, and I just love it. And the story of us is such a great story, and we undersell our own, because let's face it, we have never had a great reputation around the country. We've always never got our just due for what you just said. Like, we're the first city. We're Elfreth Alley is the first oldest living street in America.
Right. Yeah. No, and when we were going through the bid with FIFA, it was funny because we do have a little bit of a hang up with ourselves. Right.
Yeah.
So we were constantly, I don't want to say we were apologetic, but we were just, trying so hard and putting it together. And FIFA kept saying, you guys are great. Like, you've got this. And we're like, okay, you sure? You
Right.
sure?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we got a bit of a.
As big and tough and loud as we are, I guess it's the old, we're covering up for our insecurities.
Yes.
I feel like we got a little bit of a like New York inferiority complex. We do. Like, we're always trying to prove. We know we're better than them, but we got to prove it to the world.
Yeah.
But that's great because that grit, that's what always keeps us.
Yeah.
That's how we won.
Yeah.
That's how we brought the World Cup here. It was just that grit, determination. We left no stone unturned when they came. When FIFA, this bid process was really challenging. COVID. Let's just start there. And trying to do a virtual bid. I mean, how do you sell a city if people can't come and visit it?
Right.
So they finally came to visit for literally 12 hours. We had to show them all of Philadelphia in 12 hours, and we were limited to getting them from their hotel to the link. And that was it. And you know what we did? And God bless Philadelphia. We reached out to everyone. We took them down East Market. All the employers brought their employees out. We gave them a parade.
Wow.
And they had not seen people yet.
Oh,
On these
right.
visits. And I was on the bus with them.
Yeah.
And my favorite videos are the videos where I'm on the bus and they're taking pictures of the people greeting them. And then they get to the link and there's 400 people greeting them. They were just blown away. And I was like, this is Philadelphia. And I'll never forget, you remember, Ferd, I'll never forget, they were leaving at the end of the day. We had a great day with them at the link, and then we had a little happy hour afterwards. And we sent them on their plane with cheesesteaks and things like that. And a couple of the guys were like, wait, we don't want to leave. They're like, we really don't feel like going. So yeah, we really, the city just turned out, and it was that energy of the people that really took us from maybe a little bit on, of an outlier to really being, having an inside track.
Well, it's funny. Because I worked nationally, I was in New York for years, and people, I still have friends of mine, when they come here, they love it.
Mm-hmm.
They love, like, they go, oh, and it always takes them by, they always have the same reaction, which is, dude, I love Philadelphia. Like they're surprised that they do.
Right.
But when they come here, you're right. It's the people, it's the magic that happens here, and we got flavor.
We have flavor. Yeah, we have flavor. That's for sure.
And every, literally, and it's the truth. Like, obviously. So what's next for you? Can we help with volunteers?
We would love that.
How do we get the word out? Like, where do they go? What do we do?
Right now, they can go to our website,
Yep.
which is Philadelphia2026.com. they can also go to the FIFA website, and there's a pre-registration process. And then we will, it's probably going to be sometime around the second week of August. We'll be coming back to you and all of our different friends and partners and giving you all the information to just, get it out there as much as you possibly can. So we're going to have to recruit probably around 8,000 volunteers to get to the 3,000.
Sure.
So we need
awesome.
Everybody to come out.
Well, we're in.
Yeah.
They will.
We love it. It's so good to see you. I know, man. Oh, it's great.
Long. I know.
You look fantastic.
Yeah, very nice to meet you.
You look fantastic. Never change. You don't change a minute. God bless you.
All right.
We love you, and we love Philadelphia FIFA World Cup. So we'll be hanging out. All right?
Yeah, I'll be back.
All right.
Updates.
Thanks, Al.
Good
seeing you.
Awesome. Good
Allison
seeing you.
Grove, who is one of a Philadelphia treasure. We love her. Senior Director of Operations Strategic Partnership for Philadelphia Soccer 2026. Lots of fun stuff happening. So we'll keep you abreast of everything every Thursday we do our World Cup moments. VG, let's tackle, because it happened. That Mason Miller thing is wild.
The Padres always go nuts at the trade deadline. It feels
It's amazing. It's amazing for
How do they have all these
like that. Like
prospects,
how
though?
they do that.
Like, didn't they just give up a ton of people last year? Like, how do they have all these prospects?
All of a sudden, all of a sudden you go, oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, you look at these teams. When we first saw, it's wide open,
Mm-hmm.
but all these teams are good. Like,
Yeah, there's no
Milwaukee,
great one. They're
Chicago are
good. They're good ones. No great ones.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Mets, the Dodgers, and Padres.
Yeah.
Like those are the playoff teams.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like now, it's almost like a line's been drawn. Duran is a great trade. They need to do something else now. When you see what the rest of the league is really arming up. I mean, the Mets add 2 pieces. The Padres are bringing in Mason Miller with the best bullpen. Like, they gotta get. I think at this point you got to get more than Laureano.
Who? I know. I mean, Mitch Rooker. I
don't know, but you got to find somebody.
Oh my God,
this is wild.
I know it is. It is wild. It's going to be wild.
Now they're saying the Padres. Buster Olney saying 8 minutes ago the Padres have had extensive talks with the Red Sox about Jhoan Duran and Stephen Kwan.
Oh no! Come on, that's
Some rival execs fully expect the Padres to land one of these two by the day's end. Like what?
Duran. Come on, you can't.
So wait a second.
Stephen Kwan.
So they got.
Who is their outfield? Yes, Tatis is center field, right?
Jackson Merrill center field, or Jackson Merrill's a left fielder.
Let's see what
So
the lineup was.
Tatis.
Padres are going nuts. I saw a meme this morning about
Merrill.
the Padres front office.
They got Cronenworth. They got Gavin Sheets.
I do like Cronenworth.
Sheets
is all right.
He
came on
hot. I mean, they're good.
Let's see.
They're going to get one of those two, another outfield.
Their outfielders yesterday were
Jackson
Gavin
Merrill?
Sheets and Jackson Merrill. So
Yeah.
they get rid of Sheets, maybe.
Well, one of them's a DH. Who's the DH?
Bogarts.
Well, he's your shortstop.
They're playing. Yesterday they played Jose Iglesias at shortstop.
Yeah, well, he's not. That's
Yeah.
just the. No, Bogarts is your shortstop. So I guess they'll rotate their.
Sheets, he got a little bit of pop.
He does. He's a lefty.
Yeah. And they throw Kwan into the outfield or Duran.
That's another lefty. So they had Merrill's a lefty. They're all, well, they got Machado and Tatis.
Machado's been raking.
He has been raking, so that would fit. Oh, they're scary, man.
Jeez, man.
They're scary. That's
Dombrowski woke up feeling good, and the Padres are like, "Hold our beer. Here we go."
Yeah, they're scary. That's a scary team.
all right. Well, we gotta. Wow.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's frightening.
Yeah.
All right. We'll keep you up to date here at All PHLY. All right. Whatever happens, we got you covered. So we'll keep it, posted up right here. Time now for our back in the day moment.
Yeah. Let's do it.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back in the day with True Mark. Oh, yeah.
All right. Football starts today. So there's a recent recollection of one of our favorite hits of all time in Philadelphia Eagles history against a one Reggie Bush.
Drew lobs it over the guy's head. Wow. I got up and I went back down. He hit me so hard. That was a full speed car crash. Yeah. And I wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I got destroyed. Like when I'm crawling, it's getting hazy, my eyes, because I can't breathe. And I'm like, all right, this is it right here. I'm about to go right here on the football field. I'm about to die right here. I had man-to-man discussion with Drew. 2 plays later, all right? Nah, I ain't even wait till after the game. I was like, nah, listen up, Drew. All right? I can't handle no more of them. That was a grenade.
So a great backstory. Sheldon Brown described that hit as he was going through a cardboard box.
Like he didn't feel, he hit it so perfectly on his
end.
It
was such a perfect hit that he felt nothing.
Right.
And that it was going through a perfect, a cardboard box.
Wow.
And the way it was a textbook tackle.
Yeah.
It's like the perfect hit.
So, yeah, he felt like a baseball, you hit it right, you don't even feel it.
Right.
And Reggie Bush thought he was dying.
Right.
2 plays later,
felt nothing.
2 plays later, they called the same kind of play. And it's like, nah, Drew, don't do that to me.
Nah, I'm out. That was awesome.
Oh, man.
That was a Cooper DeJean hit.
Yes. So before we get out of here, Ken Rosenthal has reported that the A's asked for Andrew Painter for Mason Miller. And that was it. They weren't moving off Painter.
Yeah, listen, I ultimately like that. I'd rather give up what they gave up in Abel and Tait for Duran.
Yep.
So it makes sense.
Yep.
All right, that's going to do it for us. We'll keep you posted. We'll have a big Friday show as always. Great job, Andrew. Great job, Joey. We love you. All right, settle in, man. Deadline day. And football tonight. Watch it, would you? Just turn on 5 minutes. Do it for me.
Brent Musburger.
5 minutes. That's all. Love you. See you tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.